What's up, guys? Welcome to the Peach Basement Show. We got a full table here tonight. Rich, thanks for coming. Trish, you have a movie that we're going to talk about. You made a movie. How fucking cool is that?
I know.
Speaking of fans and friends making stuff, we have two creator-owned properties. One from our boy Michael Van Cleve called Child of the Sun. And we have Whitecell Inoculation from Nick Melanshek. Boom Studios' Kennel Block Blues. Dark Horse's King's Road. DC Vertigo's Dark and Bloody. Sounds like my last date. Image's Snowfall. Marvel's Power Man and Iron Fist. And we have so many bombs to drop on you guys. These rumors are going to blow your fucking minds. So grab yourselves a thing of whiskey or beer.
Or an iced tea.
Or an iced tea.
Or a woman.
See you right after the intro.
Deadpool was better than Star Wars.
Yes, it was.
Agreed.
Thor
You get two
NYC.
thumbs up for me on that one,
And
dude.
me.
Yeah, totally. It was so much better.
Yep, Money Michael agrees.
It was
Michael?
brilliant.
Well, since that
It was an
go.
original
Let me go.
idea. Oh my god, who knew?
What are the odds on that?
Yeah.
I know.
Let's talk Deadpool.
All right.
What part did you like the best?
The whole thing.
Really?
The whole fucking thing. That movie was great.
Darth Maul says it's a tie.
A tie.
No, it is not a tie. No. Honestly, the best part to me, I mean, like, there's so many great scenes, there's so many great lines. Like, I can't even identify one section, but
T-Rex.
like, I just love. I love how self-aware it was. I just love how self-aware
That
it
it
was.
just pokes fun at itself constantly, never takes itself seriously for a
like,
moment.
The opening
like,
credits
yeah.
set up
the
the
baby head.
tone
Of the entire
whole
movie, yes. What happened?
It's gonna
No.
feel so big.
The baby head.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna feel huge in this hand. Go.
No, like not e- like I mean, like, you know, when he sprays blood all over like Colossus.
Colossus.
And he's like, and then he references.
Oh, the money shot.
No. He
Goes,
says,
"Hello,
"Look,
God.
it's me, Margaret." Which is in reference to the book, right? You know.
That one flew over my head. I had to read
Really?
about that afterward.
Yeah.
I knew the line, but I didn't know what it was actually from. There was a play, a movie, or
It's a book.
Okay.
It's a book about a coming of age, right? Which is just hysterical because, like, you know, like Colossus is getting freaked out by like the blood being spilled on him, which is just it just the metaphor is just awesome. And like, you know, there's just so many, like, you know, we were talking about it earlier when like he's being dragged away. He's like, oh, you're taking me to Professor X, which one, right? I mean, like,
Stewart or McAvoy?
I mean, it's just like it's like that. And then like I was frustrated when they had that cut to scene when it was like, when we go to the X mansion, I'm like, oh god, this is so corny. And then later he comes to the mansion and he's basically like, it's like the studio can only afford two of you. And I was like, yes, you got me back. You got me back into it.
Did you know that that's the same mansion? The X Mansion is the same mansion
It's
from Arrow.
Uh-huh.
And then like three other shows all
Yeah.
like
Including the X-Men.
Yeah.
The original X-Men movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't know that. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I just read about that.
I have one
Cool.
thing that stood out in my head for some reason, and like this was a movie, like you said, there's so many great lines, and there are so many great curses in this, and you want to go and take notes. Cock thistle. I cannot get around cock thistle. Like, do you know what a thistle is?
Yeah, we discussed it.
We discussed this. We did discuss
Why
this.
don't you explain to the
For
audience?
those of you who don't know, a thistle is a really horrible plant that makes a rose bush look like a fucking cotton ball. Now imagine getting stabbed with something like the fucking spikes are like this on the leaves. Just right through your dick. Straight up. Main Street, as he would say.
No, and like
Main Street's got two entrances, folks. Just think about that for a second. What? Guys, hope, and it's funny how you mentioned like how, you know, Colossus was just very serene and everything, and he gets like sprayed with the blood and this whole shit's going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys caught Ramon and my review earlier. We have two up. There's the spoiler-free review if for whatever reason you didn't see the movie, and the spoiler-ridden, spoiler-filled review for those of you who need a vocabulary lesson. Both of them are up there, and both of them contain our interview with Stefan Kapicic. I'm going to try to say it how he said it. He told us we could say his name as Kapicic, but you know, in like the original Slavic, it's like Kapicic or something like. I
Sure.
think. How did I do, Stefan? Let us know. Guy is just absolutely one of the nicest people
That's so
you
cool.
could possibly encounter. He is totally Colossus. Like his demeanor, his attitude, everything about this guy was just, you wish him nothing but the best, because you just like, you meet the guy and he's so fucking genuine and nice, you just want him to succeed.
Hell yeah.
The guy had no concept that I'm a co-star in the #1 movie in America. It was just absolutely fantastic.
That's my favorite thing about the movie. Not the one scene, because I had to really think about that one. Every other star in that was perfect.
Yeah.
The cabbie, his best friend.
The cabbie was hilarious.
Vanessa.
Kill him.
It was just everything was just the blind chick. Everything was just cast and performed awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I want to say, real quick?
2 steps. See you later, buddy.
One thing I'm going to say, and being somebody who's read a lot of Deadpool, I'm really glad that I had such low expectations for this. Mm-hmm. Granted, they were doing a beautiful job, advertising, everything. I went in with such low expectations, and they nailed Deadpool.
You went in with low expectations?
I did.
Wow.
I did.
I expected you to be hyped about it.
I think he was hyped. I just think he expected it to suck, it being a Fox movie and all.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
You watched it? I haven't even seen
did.
it yet.
And also,
It's worth watching just to see how bad it really is.
On a scale of 1 to the floor is spinning, how drunk do I have to be to tolerate it?
Floor is spinning.
Floor is
Especially
spinning.
if you're alone.
Yeah.
This floor has to be spinning. If you're with somebody,
you can probably
the room needs to be wobbly.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you've got a group of people, you should be a good buzz.
Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's boring.
It is.
Yeah.
So far, the greatest Fantastic Four movie was The Incredibles.
Agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes. No capes.
Okay.
No
Okay.
capes.
Capes.
So, all in all, Deadpool is phenomenal. We have the sequel coming. The first appearance of Cable is going through the fucking
I was just
roof.
gonna say, did you see that? I sent Pete a text where New Mutants '87, $500 fucking bucks over one weekend.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
3 weeks ago, you could have bought that for $20.
Yeah,
Right.
like a raw.
It's back to what it was in the 90s.
a raw copy.
When everybody wanted one.
Now it's 100. Back then it was 100. Now it's 150 if you want a raw copy.
It's fucking
Get
ridiculous.
the hell out of here. And then
Tasty.
Deadpool, the first Deadpool now is going for like what,
Mortgage
$1,000 if not more.
It's at least a month's rent. Like you're looking at $1,200 for a 9.8.
Now don't get me wrong.
Unsigned.
I got all them. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't give a shit.
Do you have your 87 graded?
I don't.
Okay.
Technically, we have.
Because if you piss her off, she has half of them.
That's what this entitles her to.
But I have half of her movie.
What have you done for me lately, Eddie?
Actually, first.
Half!
Wait, first of all, who bought you half of your?
Oh, shot fired.
Oh!
Shots fired.
Oh!
Well, wait a minute.
Nah,
Technically, if
nah.
they're gifts, you can't ask for them back then.
No, but I can own part of them.
That's true.
Ah, yes, but you see, I did buy 87 and 98. Well, 87 I bought before we were dating.
Got receipts for that shit, motherfucker?
Sure. Will they take a handwritten receipt? Bought 1990-ish.
If maybe if it has a drawing by Deadpool of Francis on it.
Sure.
Have you seen all the memes? Like, I think every nerd at the fucking theater went home and, like, just put some
Ajax.
duct tape over their Ajax.
Francis.
Yeah.
Speaking
No.
of which, love that at the end. I'm going to spell your name out for you.
No, my I like.
What's my name? I'm going to spell it out for you.
You know, and another great thing about it that I think really helped it was the music was just it so helped the
Yes.
tone. Like it's,
Tell me, was Shoop not in your head for the next couple of days?
Thank God, no.
Yeah,
Really?
Thank God,
There was
no.
something in my head as we left the theater.
Wham?
It was one of those shits, and I ended up cursing Deadpool when I was leaving the theater. But
Angel in the Morning?
One
Angel, that's a fucking great song.
I was shocked the shit they opened with that.
I love that fucking song. Always did.
yeah. No, but the
Calendar Girl was running around in my head for
yeah.
quite a
Yeah.
while.
yeah.
Women's lib, no.
Oh, man.
See you, Friday.
See you later, buddy. So, book of the week.
Kennel Block Blues.
Kennel Block Blues, absolutely.
I
Out of
expected
nowhere.
I came into this with low expectations. It's a fucking dog in a dog pound.
but the dog pound is a prison.
It's like a
And it's like
What a
they
dog goes
humanize
through.
the dogs. He meets this friend. He's like a giant pit bull, and he's like, "This is your first time on the inside?" And he's like, "Yeah."
And he's a happy dog, though.
He is.
So
he's like singing songs. He's like expecting everybody to be happy and be his friend.
And he actually sings it in front of the prisoners.
And they were like, "The fuck is this asshole?" And guys, his new friend is like, "Come on, kid, just keep to yourself." And the cats run the place. Like they somehow took it over from the dogs because they made friends with all of the other critters
And
in
they got
the
the
pound.
dog's alpha locked up in solitary. So what the alpha, the dogs are not coordinated.
Here's
The
my
cats run the show, which is hilarious.
Here's my problem that I have personally. With indie books, it's so fucking hard to find a good.
Without question. I like Ramon, I went into this with no like hope for it
Yeah.
at all. And by about the third or fourth page I would say like this is gonna be a fucked up book.
Yeah, I was like,
Now,
you're singing. Oh, that's stupid. Oh no, wait.
Because like it starts out so like Disney cartoony, and then you realize that this is just like his mind playing tricks on him. He's got visions of what this looks like, and you turn the page and you see the comparison of what he's actually looking at, and you're like, oh. And like the prison and everything, and he's like, oh, it's just a mix-up. I'll be out of here in a little while. And the guy's like,
No, you're
his
not.
dog's like, nobody gets out of Jacksonville, kid.
Yeah.
It's so sick, and you know this is going to be so fucking heartbreaking.
And they didn't show the guards.
The guards. Oh my god, that was creepy as
The guards
fuck.
are just like shadows and
Shadow hands.
Take it away.
They got into like a fight in Gen Pop.
There was a shanking involved.
A shanking?
Yeah. Like this little chihuahua fucking trying to stab one of the cats.
There's a female dog.
Why am I not surprised?
Wait, okay, so are the guards humans?
Yes, but they
They
don't
are,
show
but
them.
they
They
just-
just
yeah.
look like demonic shadow hands. Like,
So they're like a creepy nanny from Muppet Babies.
yeah. But it like just shadowy. It's
They were
so
creepy though.
It was.
They were like, whoa.
I was wondering like when are we going to see the guards, and when they did that, and like just the fear that took over the pit bull, I'm like, oh Christ, man.
The big tough one. He was like, no, I'm not ready.
Sick book, man. Read it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been getting to a point where I'm kind of getting done with the big two.
Oh my god, yeah.
I've been there for months,
Especially
man. It's
fucking
hard.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about Rebirth?
Let's talk about Rebirth.
Rebirth? What's Rebirth?
DC Rebirth, where DC decides to give it another spin and relaunch everything again at #1, except for we're hearing
Action Comics, Batman, Detective, Superman.
Batman and Superman are going back.
Yeah. Going back to their original numbering.
Good.
Now the question is, are these 50 issues from New 52 going to count?
That's a good
The way
question.
remember when Spidey first started over at #1 when JMS was writing it, and those eventually started to count, and they started putting the both numbers there,
Right.
so people would get used to it,
Right.
which was actually a pretty brilliant idea.
No,
That
it was
is-
great.
yeah.
Was somebody I think called it legacy numbering
Is that, okay.
when they did it that way, which I think is kind of cool.
Time to make that shimmy fucking chongas.
Chimichangas.
Yeah, no, it was a really good idea, and I'm happy to see at least the ones that are hovering around 1,000 going back.
See, my thing is, so Action and Detective are close to 1,000, like he just said. Mm-hmm. But that's more than 5 years worth of content. In the new DC, it's been 5 years worth of being a superhero. Are they going to get rid of that fucking 5 years and make it longer?
Oh, don't
on.
start asking for continuity. We got the numbers back. That's
Hold
all
on,
we need.
let me try and get. I got an idea. I don't remember if I said this somewhere. I don't remember where I said it. I might have said it on the show. Who knows? But you know what I was saying? I would love to actually see. How many books, bad books, does DC have right now? Take a stab. How many would you say are like terrible
It's
books?
easy to say which are the good ones.
Yeah, it's easier. It's a
Okay.
shorter list.
So, all right. So why can't we, if we have multiple DC, like multiple, what's it called, universes, right?
80%, yeah.
Why can't we have?
I have to stop you from doing that. That's going to sound like a thunderclap.
Okay. So why can't we have a what's it called? Why can't we have both the 52 Batman, keep that numbering going, and then why can't we have the pre-52 Batman? Pre-New 52 Batman, and just have both of them keep going.
You want to have 2 Batman books that don't sell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then you want to have like the whole multiverse shit going.
Right, but let it go.
That didn't work before.
Why not? Try it again.
Why?
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
You don't think so?
No, I think we should just try to erase as much of the New 52
Yeah.
as the population is willing to accept.
I think what Marvel's doing with some, maybe one of their Avengers books is
it
more
can be an
successful.
it could be an all bad dream. Can we do that?
Wake up, Patrick Duffy's back in the shower,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. Can we do that?
I think we could probably do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Clark wakes up, rolls over to Lois, and goes, "I had the strangest dream."
It involved me banging.
You know what? I would totally accept that. I really
The
would.
greatest dream, sweetheart.
Oh, I would love
Shit,
it.
I can't
You
talk
could
to you
do that
about
with
it.
fucking Spider-Man and Mary Jane too, not for
Yes.
nothing. And I'll be totally cool with it. Yeah, right?
Agreed.
Oh my god, I love that.
Thank God.
I'm glad
You
they
dead,
let
man?
Okay, better.
You good?
Yes, I am.
All right. So,
Yeah.
What does everybody else think of Rebirth?
Me?
I
Relaunch.
think it's a great idea. I think it's about fucking time. The only book that I think I would say I've been consistently enjoying, and I'm not even talking about Masters of the Universe because it doesn't sit within the regular DC
That is so good,
storyline.
though. Oh my god, that book is so fucking good.
Yeah, it really is. I'm glad you're enjoying
Finally
it
caught
too.
up. Like, here, yeah.
Flash. It's
Flash is good.
Flash is really good. Van Jensen's writing it, and we just got finished dealing with Professor Zoom, as a matter of fact, and it was really cool because we managed to do an interview with him back at Comic-Con, which is out there on the Pete's Basement Extras channel. And I had asked him, even though it was a Dark Horse interview, I snuck one question in there, like how does it feel to, there's no origin, there's no history anymore. He's just meeting Zoom for the first time now. So you're taking kind of a character's muddy pre-New 52 continuity, and you're making now the origin of his definitive villain. Like it's like writing the Green Goblin or Magneto, So it was pretty cool, and like I liked the twist of it because, as we know, Professor Zoom was they coupled Reverse Flash's original origin too. I don't like the new Reverse Flash and New 52. I don't like Daniel West. Even though
The one, the rail.
no. the train thing.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I dig his costume though. The red and black's fucking nice.
But the fact that it's
no.
he's over on Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So
they took like his origin where he's from the future and he wants to make the Flash the best hero that he could possibly be. So he goes into the past first to round up other people who have been touched by the Speed Force and tells them that the Flash is the bad guy. And it's only at the end because you start out where he's from the past. And like, I don't like this. Zoom is from the future. What the fuck? So finally at the end, it all kind of comes full circle and everything. And I think we just got to... DC's up to 49 now. Mm-hmm. So when is like the last issue before Rebirth? 50?
no idea.
Okay. It's going to be an oblong number, like 53 for no reason.
Isn't it
It might be
September?
52,
Is when
that'd be
it's
awesome.
going to be?
Is that when it is?
I think so.
I thought it was before summer.
Is it?
I don't know. Anybody out there know when Rebirth is actually starting? I'm not sure myself.
Pretty sure the Shadow knows.
The Shadow knows all. Who knows what evil lurks in the
It would
hearts
be
of
awesome if they
nerds?
stop at 52.
That would be kind of cool, but they won't.
Whenever people ask, where we get all of our information from, as far as like all the information that we're going to tell you guys in a little while, we finally, because he needed a code name too,
did.
our source, and
He's
we
kind of like the Oracle, or
Yeah.
what was it? Overwatch.
Overwatch. So we settled on the Shadow because no one knows what the Shadow knows.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
Yeah. So let's talk Power Man and Iron Fist, since let's move away from DC and talk about the other big two partner there.
Which we were talking about earlier. We would like to see them go back to original numbering.
I would love to see Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man,
Fantastic Four, if it ever comes back.
all of the big ones. You can take a book like Power Man and Iron Fist started at number 1. I don't care. Fine with
Deadpool
that.
should be at like 260 or something like that right
Daredevil
now.
should be pretty up there too.
Daredevil's
Daredevil
pretty
should
high.
be like a
yeah.
4. Almost
Daredevil
500.
had a pretty long run when what's his name, Bendis and Brubaker.
Yeah, it was like
were
100 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, 150 something, I think.
Yeah.
And that was like a really good run. That was
And the
when I got
original run was 3 and change.
3 and
wasn't it?
change, maybe 400. I think maybe they
No,
all
I don't
crossed
think it ever
400.
didn't. I don't think it got past 4.
No?
Different type of art for Power Man and Fist.
I don't like it.
Oh, hated the
I
artwork.
don't like
Yeah.
it.
What do you think,
not
Darth
fit.
Myers?
Didn't fit.
No, it was almost like watching a Ralph Bakshi cartoon, like especially when you saw Tombstone and that.
Oh my God, Tombstone looks horrible. What the fuck? Where's the menacing Tombstone we grew up with?
No.
Right. Tombstone is he's not a fucking ugly dude. He's just a fucking albino black guy. What the fuck?
That would be like casting Jim Carrey as the Punisher, wouldn't it?
Dude.
No.
That's not even
That's not even funny, man.
But think about how bad of kind of pairing up that is.
May 25th.
Oh, okay.
The Shadow knows.
We told you the Shadow knows.
I know. Didn't Luke Cage remind you of Adam?
Good Lord, a woman.
Good Lord, a woman on Pete's basement. Huzzah! It does happen. It happens every now and then.
Every once in a while.
Yep.
Every once in a while. Although
Sorry, kids. She's married, though. I mean,
yeah, and I'm not as big boobied as some of the other people that have been on. I'm sorry.
You mean us, don't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, she does.
Now. So, I like the idea. I like the story right up until the end. And I'm going to throw the cheese down there because this fucking book needed a better villain. I knew this girl was fucked up.
No, I don't.
The girl that they got out of prison. And I mean, I can't fault her reasoning. Like, family wouldn't let family rot in prison for 5 years. She's got a right to be pissed off.
Especially when you're fucking, Iron Fist, who's mega rich, who can afford to just buy her out of prison.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Do some shit,
And
Danny.
then Luke Cage, who could literally break her out of prison. So
Right.
Either one, she would have gladly taken.
What is a fucking Black Mariah? I feel racist even saying that.
Yeah,
I'm a little white dude.
It's kind of like it tried too hard to be.
Way too hard.
Yeah.
You got a fat black woman as the villain. What is she? Some sort of sorceress bitch? We gonna bring in Dr. Voodoo to take care of her?
Sure, why not?
Dr. Voodoo is a pretty badass character, not for nothing.
Might as well bring Blade in and
just let's let everybody in.
It's racist if you don't say it. My problem.
No, was it Prejudice is funny, racist?
Prejudice is funny, definitely funny.
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango, nice.
Yeah.
Alias is dark. And that led into Luke Cage coming up next with his Tiara being filmed around New York.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are we getting this kiddie version of Luke Cage?
Right.
Right, that's true.
Shouldn't it mirror the Netflix?
The Netflix is going
crazy
to be
successful with their shows.
And it's going to be so dark. And then you're throwing out this kiddie stuff.
Yeah.
I can get these, needing to throw a little bit of humor in there to ground it.
Okay.
Ground it. Like for example, in Jessica Jones, when he says "Sweet Christmas," somehow it didn't feel weird and still funny, and I don't know how they did that well, but they did.
Yeah,
right?
no, they pulled that off.
And but things like that need to be in the comic, not like.
I liked the banter between him and Iron Fist, but I felt like it was too forced. It was almost like Luke doesn't like Danny anymore. That's how.
But meanwhile, there's so much history between the two of them.
Right, he's like, I love you, brother. Like, nobody loves you more than me. But meanwhile, I was like, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to know you. My wife hates your guts.
Pinhead.
Interesting. We have just received word that a new Hellraiser movie is currently filming, and Heather Langenkamp is in it.
Really?
Yes. Now, Heather Langenkamp is Nancy from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So I would be interested to see if this is going to cross over somehow. Second, I'm only interested in this if they get the original Pinhead back. Because if you bothered to watch Hellraiser 9, it blew fucking mountain goats.
But how old is that guy
Hellraiser 9.
Yeah, you just did.
Nothing should go up that high.
Yeah.
Of course it should.
No.
It's the same plot to every movie. All I want to see is creative ways to rip people apart with chains that come out of nowhere.
Watch Saw 8. It's coming out this year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I love the Saw movies. I love gore porn, man. I do.
Okay.
It's called Gorno. Get it right.
Gorno?
Gorno.
Is that new? I
No, that's been around for a while.
Gorno is acceptable. I never took.
It's called
Hellraisers
Gorno.
as Gorno.
Didn't the original Pinhead just die? Shit, I hope not. I know he was alive when they made Hellraiser 9, and he was fucking pissed that they didn't.
I'll be honest
cast
with
him.
you. I like the first one the best. I mean, but
I've never seen the original.
if you go with the first one, it's not just Pinhead. It's a bunch of different ones. So like,
Jason Takes Manhattan is the fucking one of the best ones.
I love that one. Fucking.
Yeah. It's like kicks
We're
the
cool.
fucking.
We're cool.
No.
That's the best part of the movie.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh my god.
Eventually, like Trish said about Deadpool, not Nightmare on Elm
The
Street.
ending?
Jason takes the Friday the
him.
13th. They stopped taking themselves seriously, and they just started to get fun. When he fought the telekinetic bitch in part 7.
Oh, that was great.
Come on!
That was so much fun.
Okay, that I like.
Jason X.
I like that fight, but I didn't like the comedy in it.
Why?
I don't.
Jason X.
I don't like Mahalo.
How fucking awesome was that movie? When he gets
that's another one I've never seen.
Dude, you need to. You need to drink for this.
I know.
You do.
Don't let him see that.
But it still boasts the best death scene of any horror movie.
I know for the
Liquid nitrogen.
I've seen that scene.
But when he gets all RoboCopped out,
Is that like
yeah,
the
you
Muppets
need
Take Manhattan?
It might as well have been.
to this day, Gonzo jumping in front of the cab in the middle of the street yelling "Taxi!" is still the best way to hail a cab in New York.
Don't try this at home.
Yes, don't try.
I didn't remember that.
Or if you've never had experience doing it before.
In New York City.
I have, in fact, in a drunken stupor, walked out into the street and done this to a cab. Fortunately, since I'm still here today, they stopped.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't know you.
That was the Great Muppet Caper. You're fucking right. That was the Great Muppet
The
Caper.
Gonzo dive. Fucking Craddock. He's awesome.
He's good, though.
He is.
He is good.
He is.
He's also a rocket scientist. Guys, Craddock is going to be launching his supersonic rocket from the Kennedy Space Center sometime next month.
Cool.
Nice.
So hopefully we can get to watch that on your Periscope, sir, on Rocket Star Space's Periscope.
Craddock, I want to see a picture of your new engine because it's supposed to be made out of cubic zirconia or something. The casing for it.
Really?
It has a higher melting point.
Huh.
He told us that last time on the show.
March 12th.
And that was
March
just
12th.
fucking awesome.
Wow.
They take liquid cubic zirconia, which has a ridiculous melting point. So imagine the heat that shit's in.
Yep.
And then they form it into some kind of casing for it. It's just bananas.
Wow.
Yeah, he comes. He's fucking
Science.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Yep.
Science. I love science.
Cobalt, chromium, molly,
Yeah, that word.
molybdenum. Is that a silent B or a silent D, you fuck? Who the fuck puts a B and a D together?
Nobody does.
What the fuck, science? Dick?
The Craddock's engine is called the LSD.
So,
Yes.
The British.
Mr. Wonderful is clearly not rich, since you felt the need to make a movie about him.
No.
What? I'm not good enough to make a fucking movie? Fuck you.
Well, actually, you're both in it.
We are both in
You
it.
both are in it.
What's your role?
He's a waiter.
You're a waiter?
I'm a waiter.
Nice.
He's a bartender.
I'm the bartender.
I'd rather be the bartender than the fucking waiter.
He was actually people out there. Okay, I know it's hard to believe, but this dude
Homo movies.
was.
What is it? What is it?
Though we have filmed many, many home movies before, not those kind. Trish did in fact make a legit film.
Yes, I did. No, this was not. Yeah, it was not a home movie. We actually, I have to say, it was a great experience. I have to thank so many people, like the Nassau County Film Commission. We got permits to shoot in a bunch of their, one Pacific Park out in Long Island. What?
No, I heard that. Like, very weird. Sorry, start that again.
No, it's okay. So we got permits with the Nassau County Film Commission. We filmed in some park property out in Long Island for some of the later sequences. We signed with SAG and all that fun stuff, and we have our own production company. So it's pretty.
What is the
legit.
name of the production company, so everybody knows?
Gates of Serenity Films. It's me and Jennifer Gates are the co-owners of the company, which is kind of wonderful. And
You guys have your Facebook page and everything too, right? So people can go and like that?
Yes, they can like Gates of Serenity Films. That would be wonderful. Going with the title again.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Wonderful is our first short film.
Why don't you tell people what it's about?
I am.
All right.
Smack them. Don't hesitate to smack them.
I smack one.
Oh, you said short film?
Yeah. It's a short film. It's a prequel to a feature with the hopes that maybe we can get actually financing for the feature.
Okay.
So the idea is that it's basically about I don't want to give too much away, but it's about two serial killers. The idea is that, they are pawning themselves off as Mr. Wonderful to people, and things happen bad in the movie or go wrong. For them and for a couple of girls at the same time. So basically
they kill women.
Yes.
Everybody needs a hobby.
Is there nudity?
basically.
I couldn't afford nudity with SAG.
Apparently, anytime there's tits in a movie, people have to pay out their nose for that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I actually had to get in. We had insurance, and
I offered to go topless,
you'd be surprised the things that cost extra with insurance. Like, for example,
Why don't you tell us about that? Because that was very interesting for me to learn.
What?
All of the stuff that like SAG charges you out the ass for.
Having animals. We had a dog, so insurance.
You didn't even have the dog in the movie, if I recall. It was just
we
on
did.
set.
No,
it was in the movie.
It was
Okay.
in the movie.
Yeah.
There was two scenes with the dog in the movie, and we had to pay extra for having a dog. We had to pay extra for being near alcohol, not consuming alcohol. Yes.
So just having the scene in our bar cost you more.
Yep.
Wow.
Just having the scene and then having implied sex scenes, right? So we have like these. Do have a couple of sex scenes that are close to being very creepy, but we couldn't show any full frontal nudity because it would actually have cost us the fortune.
Seriously, SAG Mafia.
On an average, let's just say, if the cost of the movie to make is $1,000, how much extra would it cost to have full frontal nudity?
Oh, full frontal.
It depends on the.
So if you're going off a percentage of like $1,000, I know it costs more than that, clearly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like, if you take $1,000 and let's say if it costs fucking $1,200, now you're talking about 20% of the original budget. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So what are you saying? How much? If the budget was $1,000, how much would the
Yeah, I'm asking for mathematics.
like showgirls?
Pete's real interest. Clearly, I'm interested in the tits. They got cute girls running around in this movie.
Actually, we also filmed the sex scene in his apartment.
Not for nothing.
Not for nothing. In his bed, just not for nothing. Although we did have to hide the He-Man pillow. That was funny.
You'd be surprised how well the He-Man pillow kills with the ladies.
Because I told Pete we weren't having He-Man pillows in my movie. But
But the He-Man statue was okay.
we did get that. We avoided the He-Man statue.
Did you actually avoid the He-Man
we
statue?
did.
Because I thought you got that in.
No, we shot on 5D Mark III. I own one. My
Eagle 20. Fox 2.
Yeah, you just
Independence Day.
Yeah.
It's a high-end digital SLR. That's what we shot on. We shot on that and
Pete's basement meets Pete's bedroom.
so true.
Voltron or Return of the Jedi bed sheets.
Voltron.
I would definitely go with Voltron if I had the choice.
Although for the movie you had on what was it?
Like just a navy blue.
Yeah, navy blue.
The bed is too big to put on childish sheets. Otherwise, believe me, I would have had those pizza sheets.
Yeah, after full, they don't make them. Even though full's kind of hard to find still.
Yeah.
I've looked.
No.
Don't judge me.
I want
late.
feety pajamas. I missed who that was. I want feety pajamas in the worst way, but I want them with a little button-up ass flap.
Okay.
Go on.
I don't. Okay, but just remember when we were kids and they had the feety pajamas and they had the plastic bottoms.
Yeah.
I hated those.
No. You know what you
Not
need
even
is
as
the
an
bottoms
adult?
that. Remember Totes Toasties, the little socks with the treads?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of feet
yeah.
you need.
Yeah, I can deal with that, but the plastic bottoms.
As an adult, you would get feet stink with those
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
bottoms.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they always used to rip, so eventually you were barefoot with little jagged things of plastic stabbing you in the
you.
feet.
Oh, Vegetable Soup says, how can I see the movie and what's the title?
The title is Mr. Wonderful.
The title is Mr.
That was
Wonderful.
bringing me to my next question. How can people see the movie and when is it going to come out?
Well,
I know
we're-
you're in post now.
We're in post. We're editing right now, so it's going to be probably another maybe few months because we have some digital effects to do and and editing and we're all I work full time and Jen works full time in film production, and so it's kind of hard to try and do this as your full time job right now. So which is hopefully the goal, maybe eventually, but. So right now we're in post. We're going to hopefully be showcasing it at some local film festivals, right? That's where we have to show it first per us signing with SAG. We can't just show it on the interwebs at first. I'm sorry, guys. That was one of the agreements when we signed. But we will.
But if I get a hold of it, I'll leak it to the press.
But we were,
Torrent.
But we are going to show it at a couple of film festivals. I'm really excited, and I just want to just quick shout out to some really great. There's some great places that we shot at in Brooklyn and in Queens, and they were just so gracious and wonderful. I mean, Pete letting us shoot here, and then our bar, we shot in our bar, you know, and like we shot at, you know, Nina's restaurant. I mean, and like, I'll be honest with you, none of these people like really charged us much of anything. That was just so gracious, you know, like, and somebody was,
Hey, it's free publicity.
you know, and it like, you know, and then the spot in Queens, you know, is a cafe, and AWOL over by Graham Avenue in Brooklyn. They let us all shoot there for nothing.
You shot in front of a wall?
No, the restaurant's called AWOL.
No, it's called
AWOL. It's really good. But like, just the amount of people that came together to make this, and just, you know, were so helpful and so supportive. I mean, even my actors and my crew.
I know how we feel.
You know, like the actors, like, I mean, my main actress was, you know, not to give much story away, she was tied to a floor in an abandoned cabin in the woods for like 6 hours.
In the winter.
And she was like,
In like not but her skivvies.
yeah.
Chris Craddock wants to know if you're interested in doing your next film as a ninja movie with real ninjas.
Because he has ninjas.
You have ninjas?
He is a ninja.
Really?
Yeah, he is. He's a rocket scientist ninja. I'm not even making that up.
No,
That's kind of cool. I'll make a movie.
No,
about
motherfucker is one laboratory accident away from being a superhero. And since he spends most of his time in a lab anyway, it's bound to happen. Chris, just throw the safety goggles out the window, man. Turn those motherfucking test tubes up to 11.
You're telling me you couldn't get your hands on anything radioactive at this point?
So no, dude, I'll write something. Like I wrote Mr. Wonderful. I directed Mr. Wonderful. I co-produced Mr. Wonderful. I was one of the side characters in the movie. So I wore.
Do you get killed?
No, I don't. I survive.
And I didn't play her husband.
This is a fix. You should have died.
Although it was great, the things I was doing to the guy who was playing her husband, oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really funny. So like, it was like, so this other guy, Pete. Ironically, Pete was playing my husband.
Yo, there was a lot of Pete's though. There was a lot of Pete's involved in this movie.
A lot of Pete's involved. So Pete was
Bunch of dicks.
So Pete, who was playing my husband, I was like, he was so scared to touch me at points when we were like supposed to be playing like
and I'm
husband
shooting
and wife,
him daggers.
and he's like shooting him daggers. It was hysterical. And Pete's like, oh.
It's like, I hope you like that hand because you're going to be losing it very shortly. Seriously? No.
No, we did. We had so much fun making it. It was wonderful. It was really wonderful. I really can't wait to do it again. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. And dude, I will write you a ninja movie. I will. Don't test me. Rocket scientist ninja. I can come up with something.
I need to be the villain.
Okay.
Damn it.
Cool. I don't know if do you think it would be a better comic or would it be a good movie?
I think it needs to be a comedy, like action movie. I don't think any part of us could take ourselves seriously. Did you celebrate International Women's Day in the movie?
No, we did not.
No.
Not in the movie.
So how does one get onto the Cannes Festival? Because that's like the only short film festival that I know of.
Well, there's a lot of short film festivals.
Really? Yeah, dude. I mean, what
Toronto?
the fuck?
De Niro's.
Tribeca.
The one, Tribeca.
Tribeca Film Festival I know of, yes.
That's
Toronto. Toronto's another big one.
The Maple Leafs?
No.
Blue Jays?
Sundance.
Sundance.
Yeah.
Sundance I've heard of, yeah. Okay.
Well, we're gonna go for some local festivals too, but yeah, we're gonna try to apply to the bigger ones. They're all big film festivals have what they call a shorts category.
Right.
So we're gonna apply to really what comes down to is that applying to all of these festivals costs money, and I spent all my money on the movie. So
Listen, don't worry about it. You just let me and Chris talk to him.
Okay. You'll figure it out?
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
We'll figure it out. We always figure it out, right? Yeah.
Chris can just aim his rocket at him if they say no.
That's true.
That sounds dirty.
It does sound a bit dirty, doesn't it? So you'll have to actually have some sort of private screening after all of the festivals and.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and have a private screening.
Maybe we can figure out a way to do it on Periscope so people can watch it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I mean, I have to check once again with SAG, but yeah. I would love to do that. We'll just we'll see what the legal issues are, but yeah, I will keep everybody posted.
And the next time when we do a Kickstarter for her next film, which is obviously going to be about rocket scientists, cybernetic ninjas.
Man,
we're gonna
I'm just-
fund some tits.
I'm gonna.
That's what this is gonna be about.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm just freaking out about the after effects on that movie. On your your ninja movie, the after effects on that cybernetic.
Well, we do all our own stunts.
I know, but cybernetic.
Yeah, you added cybernetic there.
You just added cybernetic.
I just threw it in there, like, you know, if it
just
can be done.
Well, listen, we can make it easier. We'll make them gamma. Yeah.
Yep.
Say
Are
it for
you
me.
okay?
Gamma irradiated ninjas?
Wait.
Time traveling clone Jedi ninjas.
That's.
I'm
Okay.
down with that.
All right, I gotta say this. Does anybody else know After Effects at this table?
Kind of.
No.
Sort of.
Where's Roger?
Where's Roger when we need him?
So I'm gonna be doing all this shit. So let's bring it down. Let's bring it down a little bit.
It's like, well, you're British, so scale it down a bit.
How about we give everybody T-Rex heads?
Oh dear God.
We could get them kind of costumes. I still
No,
have
no
some-
costumes.
Everyone trampoline.
CGI T-Rex
Oh,
heads.
that's good. But really, like early 1990s polygonal
Oh yeah.
T-Rex heads.
Yes, I'm for it.
Definitely.
I'll learn how to
You know
animate
what?
them.
We could rob a bank with those really stupid masks.
Chris says we can imply all of it off camera.
That would be hard, but
So,
interesting.
best of luck with that. Do you want to say hello or thanks to anybody who might be watching? Hopefully, they're all watching on
Hi,
Periscope.
Mom.
I don't know. I don't know who's watching right now, but I just want to thank all of my cast and crew, everybody that let us film. I can't thank you enough. Jen, my partner in crime, she's been a huge asset in us making this company together. I don't think I could have done it alone. She's really been supportive on the financial side of everything. Because we did do a Kickstarter, but we didn't raise that much money, and she really brought in a lot, and she didn't need to do that. And I'm just I'm just grateful for everybody that's helped out with everything. And yes, I will keep everybody posted. And I also want to just thank all of my Holland's friends and family that some of them might be watching. My LA, UCLA friends and family that are, my screenwriting people that taught me so much. I love yous. If you see this, thank you so much.
And you should be seeing it because it's been shared and you knew she was going to be on. She posted about it. She posted it.
Damn it.
You guys, whenever you want us to hear from you and you want to tell us stuff, questions@peachbasement.com is always the best way to reach out to us. There's also, of course, facebook.com/peachbasement and Instagram and Twitter @peachbasement.
I remember back in the day when you used to have a hard time saying all of those.
It's like clockwork.
I
It
know.
is. It's like
As a matter of fact, for the first time, I think in all 9 years that I've been doing...
9 years?
It's been 9 years. man.
9 years.
9 years.
holy
That
shnikes.
hurts.
Holy shnikes.
The movie review, when Ramon and I reviewed Deadpool, was the first time I ever did it backwards.
Really?
I started with Instagram, and my brain was like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna fuck this up. I don't even think about it anymore, man. It's
automatic.
like when I'm at the dojo and I'm just doing fucking kata, and I just my mind doesn't think about it. I just know what to do. My mouth knows what to say. My brain stops.
Bizarro. Bizarro Pete. That'd be scary.
Uh-huh.
That would be
So,
scary.
speaking of questions at peachbasement.com, we had one of our good buddies, Nick Melanshek, hit us up, and Nick created his own comic. I told him, welcome to the wonderful world of self-publishing. He created Whitecell Inoculation. He drew it and wrote the whole damn thing himself.
That's impressive.
Full creation. This book is signed. We are going to give this away to you starting... We can actually start the contest now, I think, even though this will be the first time we've ever had 2 contests going on at once. But fuck it. We're throwing caution and rules to the wind this week at Pete's Basement.
Why not?
Basically, I like this book a lot. First of all, I really like the art style. Nick did it himself. It's very sketchy, kind of has a bit of an Alex Maylee feel.
Yeah.
But the coloring and the tone is what I really noticed first. Is it's
You know
a
what it kind of
futuristic
reminds me
book.
of? And both in the way that it's written as well as some of the art style. Do you remember this is going way back over like 10 years ago or so, Metal Gear actually had a comic.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And the art style is kind of similar
Well, the main character is very kind of solid snake type of dude.
Yeah. No, when I was reading it,
He reminded me of Cable myself, but you're right, he does look like Snake.
I was hearing David Hayter's voice as I'm reading it, so that's what I was hearing.
Basically, it's far into the future. There's been a virus that has just about wiped out all of humanity, except for there are little pockets of humanity left, and you've got kind of an East versus West thing going on with the Nexus, and the bad guys are just called the West, and they kind of live out in California where they put pineapples on pizza and the sun is just fucking baked to their brains, and they're crazy people. So you've got the Nexus sending this dude, the Ghost, who is their like lead operative, into this particular spot somewhere in like the Midwest or whatever, and he's got to get through this group of roving bandits, kind of like
Mad Max.
I was gonna say the dudes in fucking Fist of the North Star. Like that's what they reminded me of, who are immune to the virus. They're called the Madness because the virus is just like it didn't kill them; it just made them fucking nuts. So
pineapple and bacon right on Ramon. That's interesting. Yo, I'd try that one.
So
bring it to the basement.
The Ghost has to break into this facility and start up this this computer thing, which is going to spread this not contagion, but whatever the fucking word for the opposite of contagion is, into the air and dissolve this particular strain of the virus. Now, some shit happens, and I'm not going to spoil this for you. I want you guys to go and check this out. Nick has his own, before you continue, I want you guys to go on Facebook.com, Whitecell Inoculation, and I want you guys to give that page a like, and then from there you'll find links to Nick's website where you can actually order the book. You can get a digital copy. There's some really great stuff going on. Did you notice one thing, coming from a digital art background? As soon as you meet the villain, did you see how the color changed? Mm-hmm. So you knew instantly this guy's a dickhead.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if there's going to be kind of like this weird kind of meshing of the colors when the two of them finally are in the same panel together, like physically in the same panel together. Mm-hmm. I think that would be kind of cool.
Like kind of a battling of complementary colors.
Yeah.
Because the blues were for the Ghost and the oranges were for Malavek, who was like one of the lead operatives of the West. Now, we actually had the privilege of talking to Nick about the book for a little bit, so why don't we cut to that segment right now, and you can watch the full piece on Pete's Basement Extras, but here's a quick 5-minute clip. Pete from the basement here, up in the penthouse this time. We're here with our good buddy, longtime fan, and newly into the world of self-publishing, Nick Melanshek. Did I say that right, brother?
You said it right. That's
Fantastic. So, welcome to the wonderful and harrowing world of making your own comic book. Congratulations, sir, and a job well done.
Well, thank you very much.
You wrote and drew Whitecell Inoculation Book 1 all on your own, right?
Yeah, that's me on the drawing and the writing, and yeah.
First off, how long did this take you?
Well, the conception took a long time. The actual book itself, I stretched it out over, I think, 2 to 3 months, which is kind of a long time, but I was learning the whole process. And so I would say from the first pencil, the first panel, I guess you'd say, figuring out writing-wise and everything, about 3 months. So it took a long time.
That's not that long of a time, all things considered. You did a great job. The artwork is really phenomenal. First, one of the things I liked was the overall blue tone of it, which you guys can see popping up on screen right now. The concept here is we're in the future, quite obviously. I'm sensing an East versus West kind of rivalry. Yeah. For what reason, I'm not certain of yet, but for whatever it is, we've got clones running around, and if people can afford it, it guarantees them immortality. More on the cloning thing later. Right now, opens up, we've got this character, the Ghost. He's, like some sort of secret operative. Kind of reminds me of Cable, so when I'm listening to him talk, I'm hearing Cable from the cartoon.
Right on, that's awesome.
Like that's his voice that I got in my head. And he's being sent into this city to destroy a virus that seems to be wreaking havoc, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah.
So what else can you tell us about this character and this virus? What is it doing?
Well, you're dead on with that. There's two organizations. When you said you felt like the East Coast and the West Coast, that's pretty much what it is. The West Coast goes by the West, and Ghost, he works for the Nexus, which is sort of it's like a military kind of like unit that is tasked with trying to prevent the West from doing their thing. So Ghost goes in, and he's trying to retake their main station, I guess you could call it. So there was a virus outbreak there. It kind of taken out, and everyone in the base, because the base was hidden at the time within the city, and so the base with the city went up, and he was trying to go back and recover that base for the Nexus so they can use it to operate from. And he just had to head in there and do his thing against a deadly virus.
So tell us more about this virus. It's a biovirus of some kind. Is it affecting like the entire population, or is it just like affecting like the Nexus and their military operations?
Right.
We'll get more to the madness, which I love those guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay, the virus actually did its work like a long time before this. This virus basically cleared out the city, and it's been basically an abandoned station that they lost in the conflict, in the war. And so the book is called Whitecell Inoculation. The unit that Ghost is a part of, they're called the Inoculation Unit, and they're tasked with trying to cure people, inoculate people from the viruses that are spread from the war. This particular virus happened a time before where it was considered lost, even to the enemy. The West thought it was lost. There were people living there when the virus took over and took hold. And so inoculation, with a small team left. I mean, it was a larger team, but they were lost in the war. So it's a small unit. It's Ghosts and only a couple people that are going to try to retake it. And to do that, there's going to be a cost. And you'll see in the book what the cost is. But he wants to go, and he needs, it's like a last kind of stand to reclaim the inoculation hub. And that virus is connected to a multitude. There's like multiple strings of this virus. And the virus happened early in the war as a result of advancements in medicine and technology that just got a little too kind of out of hand. And so
I got that impression, like it seemed like it knocked out a big portion of the population, years ago, and this is kind of still running rampant, and they finally have a way of, at least disposing of, like you said, this particular strain.
Yeah, I mean, the story that I kind of developed, it kind of goes over a few years, like 20 to 30 years. It's actually built up to the point in this first issue where you're at. So this is like 30 years, I'd say, into the main story. And what happened is, I can just say that what happened is, I thought, what would happen if in our world in the future, where we use all kinds of medicines for lots of things. And one of the things that I know a lot of people, so there's people with depression, and they take antidepressants. They take things to make them feel, kind of level. It gives them the endorphins and things they need. Well, what would happen if, the advancements in medicine got so good that they can create drugs that basically level out anybody? They can level out, and make you kind of content and happy. You don't have all the dread that some of the people that suffer from depression have. And that's what led me into the story. And what would happen if everybody started taking this drug and it became normal? It became kind of like the accepted thing after, years and years and years, where, if someone has depression, feels so much better, maybe it can make me feel better on a bad day. That's the kind of thing that society is kind of prone to do, is they want perfect, Right. And so I just thought, well, in a world where you have a drug that can make you completely level, always happy, after, 10, 20, 30 years, what would happen if that supply just dropped? There was no more drugs. There was no more, uppers for anybody. And over that time, when you're taking the drug, your body's not creating the endorphins anymore. So you're completely reliant on the drug. And if in a world this is totally acceptable to take this drug and then it's gone, you're going to see a huge
withdrawal. People are going to go crazy.
Yeah, you're going to see a catastrophic event. You're going to see mass suicides. You're going to see just madness, because without the dopamines and endorphins that make you happy and and content sometimes, and if you have none of those producing in your body, you're going to kind of go crazy. So this is just asking that question: what happens? And that's just one of the questions that can come up with advancements in technology and stuff. And with all those deaths and all that going wrong, it's kind of like a chain reaction. I mean, when you have people all over the world that are doing mass suicides and even crazier things, then that means you don't have doctors anymore. You don't have engineers. You don't have people that work the lighting and the infrastructure. They kill themselves. They're not there. All the people that have trade skills, they're no longer doing their trade. So in that world, who knows what can happen where everyone just starts dropping off.
The book, Nick. Where can everybody find this book? You said it's
Okay.
coming soon to Comixology, but you've got digital copies available as well as the printed copy here, which we're going to give away on the show, guys. So stay tuned.
They can go to it's www.freefallcomics.bigcartel.com, and that's my current shop storefront right now for the book. You can get digital and print there. And then, Comixology just approved the book, and they'll have that out for sale soon. They'll let me know. If you go to my Facebook page, there's a Whitecell Facebook page. That's at facebook.com/Whitecell Inoculation.
So, guys, make sure you go and check out Nick's book, give him some love, and tell him Peach Basement sent you. Now, I am proud to announce, and I want to invite everybody. Roger and I are still working out the schematics, but we're going to figure this out. April 1st, mark your calendars. So fitting that it's April 1st. Is the 400th episode of Pete's Basement.
How do they know that you're not making this up right now?
It's true.
You guys can listen. If you want to go on peachbasement.com and sit there and count every fucking single episode, the Pete's Basement extra stuff notwithstanding. I mean, roundtable episodes. Plus, back in the day when we used to do segment episodes. Remember segments? Mm-hmm. Fuck. You will get to, by now, I think it's like 380-something, 390-something. Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, we did the math, mostly thanks to Steve, because he's good like that. The 400th episode will fall on, if it was Thursday, it would be March 31st. But since we're going to be really, really, really drunk, we decided to move it to Friday, so nobody's ass got to get up for work on Saturday.
Are we doing a quiz show again?
Yes, we are.
Oh, no.
If you guys have been with us for a while, you know what's coming.
Oh.
Every 100th episode, we do a comic book trivia contest. Wherein,
you know I'm cheating.
big guy
I'm cheating
here.
as I usually do.
You cheat a lot.
you do cheat a lot.
I'm thinking of having your wife as security.
Uh-oh.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
No.
How do you feel about a Peach Basement bikini? Think it over. It'll be April at that point.
I look pretty good in a bikini.
You do look very good in a bikini.
I'm kind of built like a
You got
truck.
some love there for the bikini.
I do.
So the big guy is going to be asking us questions because he don't drink.
Which reminds me, send me trivia questions at ramon@peacebasement.com, and I'll use it on the show.
And you know what?
Yep.
Make them really fucking hard.
Yes.
No.
He does a good job of making them fucking... No, I'm not
Yes.
even going to complete that sentence. I almost fucking... I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say I almost walked into it.
Yeah.
He in a bikini
Literally.
and a lucha mask.
Yes.
I have the Spider-Man
Yes.
luchador mask. I do.
And a bikini. You.
Nobody looks
have
good in a
it?
Speedo.
Do you have a Pete's Basement bikini?
No, but I'm sure we can get one.
Okay.
Otherwise, 2 Peach Basement postage stamps ought to cover the...
Yeah, I don't got big boobies anyway, so I'll be fine.
So, guys, we're going to figure out a way for all of you crazy bastards to join us in the drinking contest. I'm thinking that somehow we host a Google Hangout, which I think can accommodate up to 10 people. So 10 of you lucky fucks will get to join in. Please, 21 years of age or older, because you're going to be drinking. And you're going to be getting really stupid.
No shit, Sherlock.
No, we have a lot of friends in the Philippines, even though we don't exist.
We do have a lot
What's
of
the
friends.
drinking age out there?
I don't know, man, but I don't want to take any sort of international laws into account and anything like that.
You're right.
So if all of our friends that in the Philippines who don't exist want to join us in the drinking contest, you are all more than welcome.
Sick bastard.
So we're going to figure out how to do this. We're going to get you guys in on it.
Thing.
What? Who? What?
Nothing. Me and Ramon just know what they're talking about.
I'm out on the loop on this too, so.
I talk a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
So we're going to get you in on the fucking drinking contest. We're all going to get bombed. It's going to be April 1st. We're going to act like fools, and we're all going to have a fucking blast.
And I'll say it again. No shit, Sherlock.
You're going to be carrying me home.
No.
Well, now
We can all crash here.
her big truck, yeah, easily throw you in the back.
That's true.
Boom.
I could just throw. Oh, I could hog time and go.
He don't but live 2 blocks away. His ass can weave home.
2 steps to carry you home. He offered.
All right, thank you, 2-step.
Thank you, sweetie.
You don't want to be passed out around 2 steps.
Two Steps is going to be here in person.
Yeah.
And he's going to be drinking with us. Ain't you,
Yeah.
2 Steps?
Except me. I do not drink.
Nah, that's fine. You don't have to drink. What were we talking about?
Titties.
We could talk about some titties. Let's talk about
Oh, wait,
some
hold
titties,
on. We
matter
got
of
some
fact.
news from The Shadow.
We got some news from The Shadow.
Yes. There it is.
The third Wolverine movie, Old Man Logan, being pushed back might include MCU elements. Reason why for schedule change.
I know they're talking about rated R now.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
They should always think rated R first.
Let's harken back to Deadpool for a moment.
Yeah.
We did find out that the artist, the concept artist, that was a helicarrier. That was a fucking mothballed helicarrier.
Yep.
Presumably the wreck from the Winter Soldier.
That's what I thought, because it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And you know, the original idea, quote, was to make it look like the helicarrier, but not admit that because they didn't want to get sued. And here goes this artist admitting it. Like, you just opened yourself up for a massive lawsuit from Disney and
Yeah,
Marvel.
that's true.
And since that's not happening, all they did was make them take it down.
Why? Well, here's the thing. Why, if you're Marvel / Disney, why would you even remotely not want to be like? I kind of get it, but like, these are your characters, these are your properties.
Yeah, but I guess I understand because they haven't had the best, like,
Relationship?
no, not
Well, no,
even-
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four was
Oh.
good awful. And
Yeah.
like, not to be mean, I'm not trying to be critical.
Fuck it. Be truthful.
No, but no, going even further with that, I don't know how the trailers were in front of Deadpool for you, but the trailers and all for the movies in front of for us for
Kind of
Deadpool
sucky.
were sucky.
Yeah, they were pretty
like,
bad.
they were sucky. I'm sorry, but and so like they don't really have a lot to like show on their side of the fence for it. So it's like I understand
They don't
why.
want this Thunderstone.
Yeah,
Which is
Yeah.
why,
Not that.
I mean, when you look at all of the aspects of Deadpool that have MCU elements in it, from Bob, Agent of Hydra, to the helicarrier, to Kevin Feige's pizza shop,
Yep.
to the mention of Samuel L. Jackson at the end of the movie. Fox and Marvel are working together. Deadpool was, in
because-
fact, a
no, because
Marvel
like
movie.
like there's like you can't tell it's a helicarrier. You can't.
Yes,
Sure, you can.
No,
You can.
Once that thing
okay,
starts to
but
fall and you see those turbines on the
turbines, yeah.
side,
Right, but they're damaged, they're destroyed. You like the point is that it's implied what it is. They can't prove or validate that it is actually a helicarrier, meaning that like Marvel can't say, "Oh, you
oh,
copied."
they can say that.
I don't know.
But, oh, Tommy's got a question?
Yeah.
Good question. I'll answer that in a moment. The fact is, Marvel wanted it to look like a helicarrier because, and Ryan Reynolds came out and said this shortly before Deadpool was released, that this movie does not take place in the Bryan Singer X-Men universe. It's entirely different. So if it's not, what universe is it in? Here you have a helicarrier, a Hydra agent, and Deadpool. Fox doesn't own Hydra.
Well,
That's
okay.
Avengers.
Kind of, if we're gonna go further with this and like spitballing stuff, the one thing that I am hoping for, but I know is not going to happen. I was talking to Rich about this. Is that I really would love in the next Deadpool movie their death to be in it, because then that would make such a cool transition.
Death.
Death.
From,
His
remember,
girlfriend.
Oh, fuck, no.
Thanos
Why?
death, Deadpool
I
death.
didn't like that whole angle in the comic book. I don't like it fucking happening in the movie.
Really? I
But
think it's
okay,
so
but
funny.
think about
The
it.
thing's
Wait,
ridiculous.
wait.
Some things don't mix.
Yeah, no, it does
Cosmic
mix.
Entity and Deadpool, no.
It does mix.
It's the
No.
absurdity of it that makes it
No,
work.
there's a different level of absurdity.
It
no.
does mix. You know why it mixes? Because she loves him because he can't,
can't die.
That makes total sense.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it does.
You have Loki, who's a god of thunder,
Sense
standing there
or not,
next to him.
It's no, it's too much.
Thanos.
Supercratics with you. He doesn't like the idea.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, it's funny.
I'm just looking forward
It
to.
makes sense.
But okay, but think about it. You have Thanos, right, coming into the films, right? Okay. Then you would have Death tying Deadpool to Thanos.
Here's my tie-in.
No,
Here's
Why
where
not?
I think it's going to be.
Why not?
I don't know when that
No.
Marvel
Why
and
not?
Fox are going to announce that they're working together. I think it's probably if Disney, Disney has set any precedents, probably going to be right around the time that Batman Superman drops.
Oh, that shitstorm?
Just to fuck them
Oh
over.
God, you want to drop that bomb?
Soon. One moment. Look at Marvel's timeline. Infinity War 2, whatever, and then after that is Inhumans. Why is Inhumans coming out after Infinity War? If not to look at what's going on with Marvel now with the Terrigen Mists and Mutants and Inhumans. That's going to be the bridge. That's going to bring the X-Men into the MCU, and the next big project for Marvel, I can practically guarantee it, is X-Men vs. Avengers after 2020. Deadpool exists in the Marvel universe.
I will say this: it serves both Fox and Disney Marvel to have those two properties working together.
Yep.
Because if you have, and this is what I was getting at before, is if you have where, Fox is obviously struggling. Think about with Spider-Man, Sony was struggling, but no.
No, you're right. You're right.
And then it's like, all right, how can we get these to work better? Incorporate Marvel into it. It's a
Sit back, shut the fuck up, and let Marvel take it over.
Yes.
And
you still
don't do anything but earn money.
You get your money. Disney, Marvel gets their money,
and the fans get happy.
Yes.
And you're done.
Everybody's good.
Tommy asked us a moment ago, how do you feel about the same actor playing two different superheroes?
What, like Green Lantern and
Green Lantern, like Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern and Deadpool, Ben Affleck with Daredevil and Batman. Not only is it different universes, it's different and better movies. Chris Evans being Johnny Storm. He was an awesome Johnny Storm.
He was great Johnny Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a good Johnny Storm.
That might be the only instance where you can actually say that, because Green Lantern was fucking terrible. Daredevil was terrible. Johnny Storm, for what it was, the Fantastic Four movie, and now that you're grading on a curve compared to the newest one, it was practically gold.
It was great.
Yeah.
He was also in Snowpiercer, and he was also in Losers.
Snowpiercer was cool, but I mean, let's talk just superhero flicks.
Yeah.
I think once you have an actor solidified as a role and you've got a mega hit on your hands, now they're hammered in. Like Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, the Fantastic Four movies didn't do as well as the Avengers by a long shot.
Chris Pratt can't be anybody else.
Right, and now neither can Chris Evans.
Right.
Neither can Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Now you can't switch.
No.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck can't switch again. Now you're done.
You don't think if Batman Superman bombs,
No. I
don't
think,
think he can't switch?
not, no,
I don't
wait,
think so.
wait. I'm going to say this.
After 2 bombs.
I think you're done.
True.
Yeah, nobody's going to hire him after
Well,
that.
not even
1,
that.
2, 3 strikes, you're out.
I think there's like a 2, instead of like a 3 strikes you're out rule, maybe a 2 strikes you're out rule.
Softball, 2 strikes, you're out.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I really, 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 really want to like the new Batman,
I do
Superman.
too,
I
but
want to.
it's
Because
fun.
I'm
so
glad
hard
you
to
brought this
explain
up.
it.
Let's address this.
Poor man's Michael Cera
let me
hurts
just say
me.
this, okay? I really want to like it. I do. But, like, I love the idea of it, like the base concept of, like, him being pissed at... I love that.
Okay, it makes sense.
It makes sense. But then, like, that whole sequence with Lex Luthor in the new trailer, when he's like, oh, look at this. And he's like, oh, it's like, you're...
You do not
acting
want
like
to
a
pick
fucking
a fight
Mary.
with this guy.
He's acting like a Mary. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up. Let's address this now. News broke recently in all of the comic book media sites that Warner execs are completely and utterly fearful of Batman Superman.
They should be.
That's why they didn't pay for a Super Bowl spot, upwards of $4 million, because Snyder, who is still filming the fucking movie, is
Really?
doing reshoots and re-edits and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
the
never a
budget
good
for this
sign.
movie has ballooned to over $500 million.
Yeah.
Domestic.
Yeah. And
This
you know
movie needs
what
to
that means.
bank Star Wars money in order to make a profit.
And it's not.
And it's not gonna.
500.
Star Wars has a legacy behind it that pushed it to that point.
I have heard rumors that
PBS
Warner
is not.
Brothers execs have...
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been on some big budget movies, when I used to work in film production, and I know big budget. That's a fucking
It's-
ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
it's disgusting.
Warner
That's
execs
scary.
are afraid that Superman comes off looking like the bad guy.
Yeah.
They wanted a dark movie like Winter Soldier was dark, but Cap was still clearly the good guy. Now, he's fighting Superman. You don't know what the fuck is going on.
John Carter. John Carter
That
was
was a fucking
That was
fiasco.
a fiasco. That
This
was
is
such a
a
fiasco.
waterworld.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this is just a rumor from what I heard, but I heard some Warner execs thought that this movie was too, quote unquote, intelligent for comic fans. That it took itself entirely too seriously. Which, I mean, that's a bad way of putting it, but I understand what they're saying. Like, if you're looking at fun movies like Deadpool or even the Marvel Universe, and now this movie doesn't know if it wants to be dark and foreboding or fucking comical, and, I thought she was with you kind of thing.
Right.
If it's that up and down and it's inconsistent...
Set a tone. You have to set a tone, and you got to stick with the tone.
And this movie clearly does
The
not.
problem is they try to feed off of Nolan's movies by making a darker Man of Steel, which was a beautiful movie. And now we got this shit. Mm-hmm. And
I didn't like
they should have started...
movies.
No, I was... Yeah. Oh.
I didn't like the last Nolan movie at all.
The last one was in. Yeah,
I
very
did
end.
not like the last Nolan.
I hated Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was
And I didn't
terrible.
like
I thought
Man
it had
of
its
Steel either.
moments. It had its
Did you
ups
watch
and
Man
downs
from
for me.
Uncle yet?
No.
He's
Watch Man
so
from
much
Uncle.
better. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Watch Man from
yeah.
Uncle.
The guy,
Bert.
you need to watch Man from Uncle because he's a better Clark Kent
in that.
in Man from Uncle than he is in. No, you need.
5
need
minutes
to watch.
into the movie,
Need to
I was
watch.
like, oh, that's why he got Clark
No, like
Kent.
literally, you see him and you're like, no, oh, that's why they cast it. But they made him like this MFA fighter in the fucking movie. He doesn't even look like Superman. He looks like a.
I loved him in Tudors.
In what?
Never saw that.
Tudors. He's like
Yeah.
4 or 5 seasons where he played,
Oh, he was in that?
yeah. Played
Oh.
Henry Dave's best
Yeah.
friend.
We also found out today, thanks to the Shadow, that Alfred, Jeremy Irons, and that's the only reason I can even remotely buy this idea, Alfred's not his butler.
What?
Alfred is his bodyguard.
Get the fuck out of here.
And now, I believe Jeremy Irons could be your bodyguard. Definitely. But Alfred is his butler. That's
Yeah,
just the way it goes.
hands down.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, look at Gotham. Alfred kicks fucking ass. Alfred's ex-MI6.
But he's a butler.
And he only
wait.
kicks ass when he
What does
really
he
needs
do?
to.
He buttles.
He buttles.
But,
Sometimes, if he gets something wrong, he rebuttals.
so
I know.
So wait a minute. Jeremy Irons? I can't see Jeremy Irons
As
be-
security. I don't know what I could see him as a head of security.
Yes, head of
But
security.
not physically.
No, head of security, yes.
Yeah.
But like,
Well,
no.
Jeremy
You know,
Irons.
your brother was an asshole. He was an asshole. He was. You had his number. Suck.
While Jeremy Irons, Tom Waits.
Oh,
Turn that chair around. You're on timeout for 5 minutes.
he's on timeout.
Oh dear God.
We also heard that the next DC movie to come out is after Wonder Woman
Are they going to do another DC
is going
movie?
to be right. Well, supposedly after Wonder Woman is going to be Birds of Prey, starring Jenna Malone as Oracle.
No.
I like Jenna
No.
Malone, but not for this fucking
No.
role. No.
See, I have somebody who I think would play a perfect Oracle, but the problem
Kinda
is
like,
she
nope.
already does
Technically.
play. Is Emily, was it?
Emily Betricards.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
How cute is she?
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her. Yeah.
She is.
She should have been Oracle
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Zack Snyder throwing a hissy fit.
Yep.
I'm doing Batman. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how the conversation went.
Probably.
Yeah.
Who's Diana Mir?
So basically, if Batman Superman doesn't make bank,
Which it's not.
Snyder's pretty much out the door.
Good.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, they bring in Greg Berlanti to
okay.
direct Justice League.
Oh.
Because Berlanti,
How old is she now, though?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Some actress.
Dinah, I forget her last name.
Gotta
Dinah.
mention.
oh, the
Dynamite.
redheaded chick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we saw her tits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she was
boy.
Oracle in the series. I forgot about that TV show.
Greg Berlanti has so many wonderful ideas, and that's another thing that Warner execs are really pissed about, is everybody's talking about the Flash Supergirl crossover. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Batman Superman, and the guy who didn't want these to connect in the first place, the movies to the TV,
Berlanti
was Zack
made
Snyder.
Green Lantern.
But why would you not want them to connect?
Did Berlanti
It
make
makes
Green Lantern?
no sense.
I'm unaware of that.
Shadow.
Look it up on your phone quick. I don't remember.
Listen,
I really didn't.
Everybody
pay attention
gets
to Green
one.
Lantern that much.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it was-
fucked up once.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
that was a big fuck up.
That was a big fuck up.
That was a huge
That was a big
fuck up.
somebody at some point is going to be drunk and accidentally dunk their fucking Oreo in orange juice. It happens.
Don't knock it till you
Yeah.
try.
Hold on. Now, Isn't Marvel taking like the Netflix characters and bringing them into
Eventually,
Infinity
yeah.
War?
Yes, eventually, yes.
That's just smart.
Everything is connected. Everything gets mentioned. Everyone, whether it's going to be a 5-second cameo or a 50-minute spot in the movie,
Doesn't matter.
Everyone's going to be in it.
Right.
From the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to Charlie Cox to Luke Cage, everybody.
Yeah. Burp. I mean, I remember reading the first Infinity Gauntlet, and all you see is like Spider-Man swinging by in one of the pages and just saving somebody.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yep.
And you've got every fanboy sitting there going, ha ha.
We just received word, since you brought up Infinity War, that Moondragon is going to be in Infinity War.
Awesome lesbian.
Speaking of fucking hot tits, bald chicks with little strappy things.
She's gonna be so covered up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because her outfit is like straight up stripper pole shit. It was like a G-string.
Uh-huh.
So,
Are they going to get the girl from the first Star Trek to play her? I know she's too old now, but...
I'm hoping they give her serious power level. Mm-hmm. And the bald head. And maybe the cowl thing, but that includes a cape, and we all know no capes.
No capes.
No capes.
But keep the bald head, keep her power levels, and keep her relationship with... what's her
Quasar.
name? Yes. Mm-hmm. Which is another spoiler.
Well, I guess we'll mention that one as well. As we know, Elizabeth Debicki got cast in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Mm-hmm. But they're not saying as whom.
Fuckers.
We are under the impression that it's Quasar.
I could see that.
Phyla-Vell, who is the illegitimate or cloned daughter of Captain Marvel.
Artificial.
Artificial. What does that mean?
Science, she's part of the Kree, so they kind of
Science!
created
Because
her
science,
from
bitches.
his genetic material.
Science!
So there you go. And check out our Instagram for. I mean, when you look at the faces of this girl back like next to Phyla-Vell, she looks fucking exactly like her.
Okay, Berlanti did produce on Green Lantern, but every movie has a million producers. And he wrote the original script, but Warner butchered it.
Of course they did.
Made dreadlocks in the sky for Parallax. Because the movie was so nice and pretty when it got to Oa, and then a yellow dragon was out of the realm of their fucking
of course
talents.
it was.
But going back to Berlanti, apparently, and this one's another one for you 270 motherfuckers out there,
Who? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Batman Beyond may be coming to Legends of Tomorrow.
Ooh.
DC right now is going to be publishing Batman Beyond Rebirth. And we both know that, movies and TV shows, comic books and TV shows love to coincide with one another. Berlanti has wanted this for quite some time. He wanted it originally on Flash or something with time travel. The beauty of Legends of Tomorrow is it opens up worlds of opportunity. You can do anything. You can go anywhere into any else worlds
What
you
about
want.
Michael
What are you yesing about?
Michael Keaton should be in this episode.
Michael Keaton needs to be fucking
Oh,
Bruce
that
but
would be
he's
great.
a big, big star.
Okay, but
Especially
Wayne. Get him for one.
No, but
one
you know
episode.
what? No, you know what? Think about how many big name actors are going over to TV now.
Right.
Because where's the money?
Yeah.
The money's in TV.
Yep.
It's not the same. It's not Hollywood is not the same
I wouldn't
as
say
it was.
I wouldn't say the money is, but I think the stories are in TV right now.
I think he'd do it.
I would love for
He
him to
did
do
that
it.
low budget, Oscar film, Birdman. I mean, yeah, it made bank, but it basically had no budget. It was an artsy fartsy film. Who knew it was going to be a fucking awesome flick? But I don't think they.
I like to understand what you think is no budget.
How much did it cost them to make that movie?
It's still like it.
Let's say 20 million.
No, it was more than that.
Oh, well, that's not low budget then.
No, it's,
All right, but it's not 120 million Batman Superman.
No.
Deadpool was only 50 million.
58.
Whatever.
really? I didn't
That's
know
all. No,
that.
low budget as far as comic book movies go.
Okay.
Yeah, because now these studios are throwing crazy amounts of money.
Right. We are also,
figured
we
millions.
reported a while back.
Actually, somebody just said Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton. That would be awesome. Imagine
Yeah.
that as Michael Keaton as the older Batman. That would
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
18 million.
that's all it was?
18 million.
That's fucking low budget.
No, Craddock. Batman on HBO, no.
No.
It'll be over sexualized.
No. Oh, speaking of HBO, kind of follow me with this for a minute.
Hold on. Hi, Omar, Josh, and Adam. They don't exist. So I'm just saying hi to people that aren't there.
Kind of like I do with the ghosts in my house
say
every
later.
day.
Okay.
Union Ghost.
So, Did you hear about Spawn? The script?
Yeah, McFarlane just finished writing the new Spawn script,
and he said that it was going to be more. It's gone as a superhero story, and instead it's going to be this horror suspense thriller.
That's so cool.
That's what it should be.
I want
Great.
yeah.
Do we get Michael J. White back?
I don't know.
No.
What the fuck is the matter with him?
How long? That was a while ago.
That was 20.
Yeah, he's
years
still
ago.
jacked. He's still in fucking great shape, still throwing fucking spin kicks and shit. Otherwise, we get what's the kid's name from Rocky? He could be him.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. All right.
That makes more sense to me because, like, you know, he's supposed to be younger.
Yeah.
Not young, but younger.
25, 30 years.
Yeah.
That's my only problem is Michael J. White may be a little too old for the role.
Because, I mean, like...
But he don't look it. Black guys don't age. They don't age until they're like 70. And then, bam, they're old.
The new Spawn movie. Yeah, we're talking about it now, Shad.
Michael J. White looks like he's fucking 35. One of our other good buddies, Michael Van Cleve, sent us his book this week, 4 issues of Child of the Sun, which stars the biblical hero Samson as just a dude who's kind of, well, down on his luck. And the reason I brought up Michael B. Jordan is because I had asked our boy Mike, this was originally written as like a screenplay, he was, you know, just thinking about a movie, he was sending it out to producers and everything, and eventually it turned itself into a comic book. But I had asked him, who would you want to play Samson? And we kind of both landed on Michael B. Jordan. Samson is just this young guy who's going through his life. He's best friends with Heracles, the original Greek hero. They're both, which is really cool because they're both, you know, super strong dudes.
Yeah.
And the parallels between their lives are very interesting if you know the mythology of the both of them. Yeah. And you're a religious dude. Do you read the Bible?
Yeah.
So then you know. Like there's the whole thing with the lion, there's the whole thing with pulling the palace down. Heracles didn't die from that, but Samson did. And that's no spoiler, or you know, the fucking story's 2,000 years old. But basically, for all of his strength, Mike tells this story about a guy who falls in love with completely the wrong woman.
A hoe. A fucking hoe. A thought. I mean, I don't know what you want to use.
This is the first time Ramon has ever used that. Yes, he did.
She's extra skanky. I mean,
and not for nothing, she's a bitch.
Look,
because at one point he walks in and she's fucking with some other dude, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I loved you," and she's like, "Well, you're not married to me." So he storms out, and her best friend, her girlfriend, was like, "Why do you do this to him?" And she's like, "I don't know, because I can." Cunt!
So why does he care about?
Because he's stupid. Because men are fucking stupid.
we are. The hot piece of ass.
We are such simple idiots.
Yeah, we are.
And I had the privilege of talking to Mike about this, so now we're going to go to our second interview of the night. Check out this clip, hear Mike talk about it, and then when you come back, I'll tell you how you can get a hold of this.
We are here with Michael Van Cleve. Mike, first of all, welcome to the show. You have a superhero name. Has anyone ever told you that?
You know what? I do get Van Cleve is sort of it's not a common name. So sometimes people ask me, you know, where's that name? You know, where did it come from? And that type of thing. And I tried to Google it and figure it out. And I think like the closest I've got is like Germany, Dutch something. And because I think there was a Van Cleef in The Good, Bad, and Ugly or some type of Cleef.
Lee Van Cleef. Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Yeah. So
I grew up on Westerns, man. My father was very big into the Clint Eastwood spaghetti Westerns, John Wayne, and all of them guys. So you have written a book called Child of the Sun, which stars the biblical Samson, and he encounters all sorts of other people from mythology and other religions, which is a really cool idea. Like, his best friend for most of the time is Heracles, and applause for using the correct Greek name, as opposed to everybody just calls him Hercules, because that's what's like commonly accepted. But for those of you who don't know, a little Peach Basement education for you, Hercules is the Roman equivalent. For some reason, that's like the only bit of Roman mythology that kind of carried over and somehow got the Greek mythology absorbed that instead of Heracles, which was the original. And he runs into this girl, Adriana. He falls in love with her.
So here was the idea was I wanted to kind of tell a story about Samson. First of all, Samson was always one of my favorite characters in the Bible because he kind of did what he wanted. And like when you read most of the stories, there's some specific instructions. God's like, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I want you to go here and I want you to go there. Samson did none of that. Samson got none of that. It was like, maybe, he'll help you, with the Philistines, and that's about it. He pretty much did what he wanted. And so I was always like, this character is like, and I don't know too many other characters in the Bible that got what he got, this sort of like strength deal, used at his own discretion. I mean, everyone else had some, very strict rules with what they were going to be doing. I mean, sometimes, prophets can heal people and stuff, at random, but mostly he just kind of did what he wanted for most of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that. He was an interesting character and almost like a superhero of the Bible, like.
It was not what I was expecting from a comic book. It was, I'm hearing Samson, you've got Heracles. I'm like, all right, we're going to have some strongman stuff. We're going to have God knows what going on that they're going to have to defeat. And the only person that Samson has to defeat is himself. That this guy, it's a love story. And it kind of, it fucks with you. It tugs at the heartstrings, man. Like he totally got fucked over. Like, as anyone who has had any sort of love experience in the world knows, dude, you, as strong as you are, you're a weakling. So say we all. I'll drink to that.
I agree with you 100%. The whole story, even the original biblical story, which, I mean, I guess, the story is definitely not a literal telling of Samson, right? I mean, it's definitely not that. But I think that the heart of the Samson story is still there. And the heart of the original, even the biblical Samson story, it's a love story. And when I read that story, like much later, when I started getting the idea, I was like, man, this guy was lonely his whole life because he got with a girl, or he wanted to get with a girl, and then that didn't work out. And then the Bible just kind of skips all the way to the end where he meets a prostitute, right? And then that doesn't really work out. And then he meets Delilah. And so he was kind of, to me, looking for a woman his whole life. He was like lonely maybe. And it just so happened that the women that he chose were not always the best people to trust.
Sometimes it happens that way, man. If I can quote the Eagles for a moment, don't you draw the Queen of Diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. The Queen of Hearts is always your best bet. And clearly, he just kept drawing diamonds. Or, sometimes some people are unlucky, and shit happens. And how did you go about getting 4 different artists to draw each of the books so far? And was that on purpose? And will we be looking forward to a different artist in the issues to come?
Yes. So every issue has a different illustrator, except the final issue has the same illustrator from the first issue. So
admittedly, that was my favorite one.
Yeah. Issue 7, Mervyn McCoy is the illustrator, and he's finishing up. So I thought that would be good, to start with one guy and then finish with one guy. But 5, 6, and 7, 5 and 6 have different illustrators. And honestly, the idea came from, I was like, man, this is kind of a big project. And at first I was like, I don't know if one guy might have time for it. So in the beginning, it was more of an efficiency type thing. But as it grew on, I was like, this is actually kind of cool, to be able to see how different illustrators interpret the character, and it could give people something to look forward to. I mean, there's going to be some art. I think that maybe some people will prefer one artist over the other, or something like that. But
always going to be the case. And people will prefer different artists compared to other people. So let's talk covers for a hot second here, Mike. Let's talk issue 1. Very kind of purplish blue kind of thing popping up on screen right now. The painted eyes in the background are absolutely beautiful. Very awesome. And you got Samson standing there, just, kind of looking a little bit sullen. The hair is all flowing out. Now, did you have the same illustrators who did the interior do the covers? That's always everybody's first question.
No, so the covers are done by different illustrators, and at first I was like, oh, I don't know, because I mean, I'm a comic book reader first, and they used to annoy the hell out of me sometimes when the cover was not what was inside the book. It wasn't until after I started reading comics for a long time that eventually I became okay with it. I was like, okay, it's cool cover, because the cover is kind of its own thing, in a way sometimes. And, it's hopefully kind of symbolic or, something that happens inside the book or represents the book in some way. Mm-hmm. And then once I became more accustomed to getting a different illustrator to work on every issue, it felt natural to do it. The first cover is done by Gani Montez, and Gani Montez, his colors are fantastic. I mean, they're amazing. And he's done a lot of other projects, but the way he uses colors is very, very impressive. And
I'm telling you, man, like you don't even notice the foreground. At least for me, the foreground so much, because it's very monotone except for the orange smoke that's going on. But the eyes, man, they just pull you right into it's a background image, but it just gets you right there. You almost want to just dive in.
Yeah.
Opening the book, you want to meet that girl. That's what you want to do. You're looking at Samson like, you lucky son of a bitch.
And that's what I was hoping for, That's what I was hoping for. So, that was the first cover. And second cover, Adam Rosenlund did that cover. And again, that guy's, I think that the covers of this book are almost like the best part of the, like some of the covers I think are fantastic, and I really like
This is one of the hottest covers, I'll tell you right now. Red, Color of Passion, there's obviously a lot of hijinks and sex going on in this issue, as I remember, because, guys, Mike was kind enough to send me some digital PDFs, which is how I've got such nice crisp images to pop up on screen for you guys. But I'm sitting there reading this at my office when, during my downtime, and I just turn a page and there's a giant set of tits, and I'm like, okay, let's lower that, and just kind of pop it up on the screen, on the bottom of the screen a little bit, and put it back down if I get somebody coming. Put it back up, put it back down. It's almost like I'm looking. I mean, people can be like, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Wow, how much time you got?" Look at the hot outfit she's in. I mean, this little bikini crossover jammy that's going on.
But I think
Samson's a lucky guy.
It's fantastic. That is my favorite cover, I think, out of all the covers, is that second issue cover. I love that second issue cover. I don't know why, but I was like, Adriana is like the most important. To me, she's almost more important than Samson in some ways. She drives the story, and particularly in the second issue. So, with the second issue cover, I told him, I was like, look, just do something with Adriana. Just make her the cover. And I thought he did a great job. Fantastic job.
He did an absolutely fantastic job. And one of the best parts about it too is, you ever get like a picture of one of your buddies and they have like some stupid face on or whatever, and you say, oh, this is your personality picture right here. Right. This is your entire personality rolled up into one photo. This is hers, because she is obviously a very sexual being. She makes really no qualms about that. She cheats on Samson left and right, because this is, as we discussed earlier, this is all she knows, and this is what she is, this is who she is, and that radiates completely. If you've never even read the first issue, you have no idea what's going on. As soon as you see this cover, you know what kind of girl you are getting into bed with. You know what is going on here.
Yeah.
You know you're in for a wild time.
Yeah, he really nailed that, man. I was like, man, this is like spot on. I love that cover. Sometimes I just look at it. I'm like, man, that cover's great. I wish I could meet a girl like that.
Remember what I told you about the Queen of Diamonds, man? This is exactly that. This is the Queen of Diamonds. No, these are the kind of girls you want to stay away from. These are the ones Mama warned you about.
It's terrible, I know.
So guys, make sure you check out the entire interview with our boy Mike up on the Pete's Basement Extras channel. For now, all you got to do is go on Amazon and search his name, Michael Van Cleve. You can see his name right down there. You can also go on Facebook.com/Sonchild of Israel, and you can find out all sorts of information and behind-the-scenes stuff on the book. Issue 5 should be out real soon. It's going to be a 7-issue series. We all know how it's going to end. If you just read the Bible, you know the story. But basically, it's just Samson's fucked up ass life illustrated for you. With tits, there was tits in the book.
There was a lot. There was some
In the movie?
Yeah, that was. Well, I was calling it a movie because we were talking about movies, and it was supposed to be a movie as well. So Darth Myers asked us, speaking of movies, who should play Cable? I'm just going with the dude from Avatar.
That's where I was going to say.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has the look.
Yeah.
His age does concern me.
Why?
Well, Cable looks
He's
old
60
though.
something years old.
So?
No, still concerns me.
Other people that I've heard said John Hamm,
Who?
dude from Mad Men, I think it
okay.
was. I never saw the show, so I don't know.
I don't see him as Cable though.
No, he doesn't.
This
I'm
motherfucker, Stephen Lang,
Wait
is boom
about
Cable.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other big prop, Josh Brolin is already Thanos.
He's Thanos.
Can't do that.
He could have pulled it off nicely.
Stephen Lang, yes.
What about the guy who played Mad Max?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Well,
They've been trying to
hold that thought for a
grab
moment.
Tom Hardy for a while.
Hold that thought for a
Everybody wants
moment.
him.
Yeah.
I want to say, for those of you out there campaigning for Kevin Nash to do Cable.
No.
Hell no.
No.
No. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. Listen, I like Big Daddy Cool as much as the next fucking wrestling fan, but his acting skill is what worries me.
Tom
Hardy's-
Hardy's
He's also too
young.
big.
Yeah, but they could age him.
Kevin Nash is like 7'3".
Have you seen? There's a movie. What?
We just received word from the Shadow that Deathstroke is coming to Legends of Tomorrow. Now, last we heard, we
Same
weren't allowed to
Deathstroke?
use Deathstroke in the DC-TV because Snyder's hissy fit said no.
Wait, isn't Deathstroke? Is it going to be the same Deathstroke from
we don't know
Arrow?
if it's Manu Bennett yet.
It
Okay.
has to be.
I hope
Not
so.
Manu Bennett. That's just.
People will have a fucking
I
stroke.
mean, yeah, he's doing fucking Shannara right now on MTV, but
Who
Doesn't
cares?
fucking
it's on
matter.
TV.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Now, do you know that there's a big rumor going around that Tom Hardy is going to be the next one to fill Wolverine's shoes if Hugh Jackman doesn't do it anymore?
Yeah, I heard
How
that.
old is he?
He's about 4 or 5 years younger than Hugh Jackman.
I don't
Hugh
know
Jackman's, I
about
think,
that.
46. I think
Are they picking him solely
I think
because
he's 39 or 40. He's got the look. He's got the the rough and tumble kind of thing.
he
I like
doesn't-
Tom Hardy.
I like him
He's
too.
short.
I actually
or shorter.
he is a lot shorter than Hugh Jackman.
I like him. I think he's
that's
a
Wolverine.
great actor. Actually, I just don't know about Wolverine and him though, because he's just not.
Tom Hardy's only 5'9".
Perfect for Wolverine.
It's a bit too tall, actually, but yeah.
It's a little too tall, but I mean, let's be realistic here. It's a
6
silver
inches bigger.
screen.
Tom Hardy is 38 right now. He's going to be 39 in
See,
September.
that's the shit. That's all the problem with his age and also Stephen Lang's. You think franchises when you think about these actors.
Right.
Multiple contracts. You figure a movie every 2 to 3 years.
Chris Hemsworth is Cable. Chris Hemsworth's already Thor, man.
Yeah.
And rumor has it he wants out of the MCU because he doesn't want to be typecast.
Yeah, whatever. Because, Heart of Darkness worked out so well for him.
Height in movies don't matter. Well, that is very true.
That
I mean,
is
look
true.
at Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's like my height.
Fuck him.
And you wouldn't fucking know that.
Well,
Stand
not
for
even
Diesel.
that. I mean, like Hugh Jackman is humongous.
Hugh Jackman's like 6'3" or
Yeah,
something, right?
I mean, he doesn't come off that way unless you see him in an interview or something. Like when he's next to people in movies, he doesn't seem that tall, or he does seem taller, but he
I
doesn't
would
leave.
like a short Wolverine.
No, do you know who I was surprised?
But I understand.
was shocked as
You know
shit
what I mean?
to know how tall she was. When we met Sigourney Weaver, she's fucking huge, man.
Yeah, she's fucking huge.
Holy
Don't-
shit.
She's tall. She's not huge.
Oh, you're
No,
right.
no.
I'm huge. She's tall.
Yeah, okay, she's
Frankly,
tall.
the entire Tom Hardy thing is irrelevant because once Marvel and Fox once it's public that they're working together and the X-Men are coming to the MCU and they start throwing Marvel money at him, he'd be a fucking moron not to.
Not to take it.
We also found out, we reported a little earlier in the week sometime that the Question is coming somewhere to the DCTV.
Okay.
We didn't know. The question was, which Question, whether it was Renee Montoya or Vic Sage, and what show was he coming to? We just found out that he's coming to Arrow, and it is going to be
Really?
Vic Sage, not Renee Montoya. They want Renee for the movies. So
not
it's
even
gonna
that.
be Vic Sage for TV.
Our movie CGI'd out.
I think Arrow is close enough to Batman as it is.
It basically is fucking Batman. And you should be happy. I know you're not watching Agent Carter, right?
No.
Well,
I've got one show at a time, and right now I'm on
enough.
Arrow.
Oh, Agent Carter is shorter too.
I know.
Agent Carter is a fun show.
It is.
She's really ridiculously
Dude.
hot.
Speaking of Agent Carter, we were just watching Captain America.
Uh-huh.
Now, since you're a Doctor Who fan,
Did you notice who was? Yeah, did you see?
Yeah, no, I didn't notice that until you texted me.
Yeah.
And clearly she's there with the doctor.
obviously.
Yep.
Well, she's the impossible girl.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Clara Oswald had a very, very short stint in Captain America.
As Bucky's girlfriend
Yep.
in the original movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's hot. She's
Yeah.
stupid hot.
Jenna Coleman?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
And
needs
she's
to get
British.
She needs to get something into one of these comic book movies.
She really does. I don't know what to do with that, Craddock. But you should be happy that we reported this ages ago. I know I told you this. They've been working with this thing called the Zero Element. Zero matter, rather. Which is this just like black kind of energy thing. This past episode, they called it the Dark Force.
Darkhawk? Really?
Told you Darkhawk was coming. I told you.
Really? Okay.
Get that 9.8 now, boy! Because it's only going to go higher from here.
That's already a high book.
I know, because
At 9.8.
all of those 90s books are made on fucking
Newsprint.
newspaper. Also, I guess we can tell them this one now. This is the one everybody's going to love and your mind is going to go fucking... Young Justice Season 3 on Netflix.
After Effects it. That's another show I need to watch.
I've heard nothing but good shit.
I
about
know.
Good. And it is a serious cartoon. None
Yeah.
of this fucking little.
Yeah.
This is
I've
the one
only-
with the
Let's
fucking
go.
that meme that goes around with like Superman hugging Superboy, Wonder Woman hugging what's her name, Wonder Girl, or whatever
Donna.
the fuck her name is,
Yeah.
Donna Troy, and then Batman's like, nice job.
It's serious. Like this is.
I've only ever heard really good things about it, and it is in our Netflix
Yeah,
queue.
we just.
It is. It just came. I just saw that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was one of the
added it.
things. It was like, add.
Yeah, but there's.
It's serious, good cartoon. It's not fucking around like soft, kiddie shit.
No, but it's.
So it's like Batman animated series good.
Yes, even though that holds a special place in my heart. So. It's like comparing it next to that. It's like no. But yeah,
Is that on?
it's
Wait, is that on any of the services, streaming services?
I don't think so.
Why the fuck not?
I think it was, but you know Netflix has like a rotating schedule kind
But
of
I don't
thing.
ever remember it being on Netflix. Though.
I think it was.
I think it was.
I think
Yeah.
it was at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to come back.
So now let's talk Flash for a moment.
Oh wait, did you see the last Arrow?
No.
The show what happens next.
Dad, don't.
Yeah.
We are very far behind.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Wait, they show what happens on the Flash?
Next week's Arrow.
Write it down on a piece of
That's
paper.
exactly what I'm doing.
Let's talk Flash.
Yes, please.
The dude in the Iron Mask is Eddie Thawne from Earth 2.
The Man in the Iron Mask?
Sort of, he kind of looks like him. And he's sitting there knocking, like he's doing this like kind of Morse code, but this military type of thing
Four
to
knocks.
let people know. It's fucking Eddie Thawne because the dude playing Eddie was on Quantico for a while. He just killed himself on that show, which frees up Eddie to be the Man in the Iron Mask. He's Earth 2's version. I'll look at that in a moment.
Okay.
He's knocking Jay because I think
Are you sure he's not earboard? Credit.
I don't think he's Eobard. He might be. That would be a fucking interesting twist for Zoom to turn on Reverse Flash. That would be cool, but I think I really want it to be Eddie. I want him back in the show. I really liked his character. And as an Earth 2 kind of Eddie, who would still like Eddie wasn't a bad guy, but he wasn't a good guy. He was just kind of a 50% asshole. So I'm just assuming, like, since everybody on Earth 2 is the exact opposite of their Earth 1 counterpart, that I think he would just be like that 50% asshole. You know, it would just.
You should trademark that shit. 50% asshole.
Not 45% asshole.
We're gonna hashtag that. Hashtag 50% asshole. Give me a fucking pen that writes.
Yeah, this one doesn't write.
But why the mask?
Because
I don't get the fucking mask.
they don't want you to know who it is yet. Everything about this fucking show is who's the bad guy, who's the bad guy. This entire season, it's been fucking thrown in your face.
Yeah.
And I know that the dude under the Zoom mask is John Wesley Shipp. It's his father. Look at the fucking build, but it's not gonna be Henry Allen. The other reason I think it's fucking Eddie, he was on the speed dial. Why would he be on the speed dial? Why would they even mention him if he was not in the show anymore? That whole Barry's phone in Earth 2 was Mom and Dad, Eddie, Bruce, Diana, Hal. Yes, he had the fucking Justice Society on speed dial.
Why not? But we'll go there.
Zoom is taller than Flash.
Zoom is John Wesley Shipp, who's playing an older Barry Allen. The whole Hunter Zolomon thing, it's a red herring. Trust me. I know they're going to lead you toward believing Jay Garrick is somehow the bad guy. I don't think he is. He may be somehow. I don't think he's even working with Zoom. Maybe the Jay Garrick that's helping them is not the real one.
It can be Jay Garrick because Jay Garrick was doing one thing in this universe.
Right, Zoom is not
He's
Jay.
not that fast.
No.
Going back and forth between universes.
But why would he stand in front of the fucking portal like a mook?
It's Mook.
He's just like, oh, we did it. We stopped Zoom. Boom! And rip back through the portal. Why would he stand there? Why would you stand there? Why would you stand there?
You're very emotional.
This show does it to me every fucking time. You don't even understand.
You fucking text me and shit.
You're sitting there, you're trying to fucking figure it out, and you want to know, and then at some point you're like, no, fuck it. I don't care. I'll just watch the show. But what if? And then you sit there and have a fucking aneurysm. Every week.
Could J be an acronym for the Justice League?
Justice Assholes of Youth? Why not? Or Just Assholes? Yes.
Not looking.
No.
It's not really a spoiler.
No.
Not really.
Shut up.
But you know what it is? Tannies. Yes.
You need to get into Flash though.
You really do.
You know what's going to happen when we get to season 3?
Yeah,
We're going to be like,
back and forth. Yeah.
not even that, we're just going to be like, oh, this is so bad.
It's a struggle, man. You're gonna have to fucking bite the bullet.
Yeah, that's what we've heard. It's so bad.
It is really bad.
Yeah. But
It's a
hear
big
season
turnoff
4.
for me.
Yeah.
We also hear that Max Mercury is coming to Flash. So maybe somehow this all fits into him. Maybe the Eddie from Earth 2 is Max Mercury and Zoom is siphoning his speed
Is he
somehow.
supposed to be
This is
Cobalt
my
Blue or something
problem.
like that?
Cobalt Blue or some shit.
This is my problem with DC. Is Earth this, Earth that, Earth...
It's a
You're
bit
like,
much.
you're really like obsessed with this Flash stuff.
You have no idea.
I can see.
Holy good God.
Wait till they bring in Supergirl. She's so cute. I love you, Melissa. Leave your husband.
He was on the fucking show. That
He
pissed me
was
off
on the
so
show.
much.
Really?
Yeah.
What was he on the show for?
He was playing her like love interest for an episode or two.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Fuck
Being
the
all
shit out of me.
smoochy and shit.
Like,
Dick.
ew, get him off. Get him
Good
off.
for you, but dick. Let's talk King's Road. Let's go back to comics for a moment. I thoroughly enjoyed this book.
I did too, and I was like, okay, Dark Horse is giving us something, and I trust.
You
Dark Horse.
initially trust Dark Horse, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it's gonna be.
Yeah. It was fucking good. I was like, King's Road. I saw the cover. I was like, but it was fucking good, and the idea of it, the possibilities of it. And you know, it's 3 issues.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, they're thinking long term, multiple volumes and shit. All right, that's fine. But then you get into it. This freaking family is just chilling, and then you describe it.
Sure. Basically, like you said, family chilling on Earth, because where else would you hang out?
Yeah.
They don't have any other choice, or do you? Suddenly, these people come in and they're like, Your Highness, we need your help. you find out that this dude, who is the youngest brother of a royal family, his brother took over the throne, as was supposed to happen, and he was like, all right, y'all don't need me, I'm going to go to Earth and hang out, because they got pizza there.
Deuces.
And y'all don't have pizza. We live in a fucking castle, but nobody invented pizza here.
Seriously?
So, like,
By the way,
peace.
we went to Lombardi's.
And Lombardi's fantastic.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite, but it was very good.
Yeah, but it's a nice
It's
spot to go to.
Food,
Yeah.
Good stuff there.
Sorry, a little tangent.
No
Had to
no
throw that
worries.
in.
No, yeah, okay.
Pizza tangents are perfectly fine.
No, one. Okay, I have to say two of my favorite things though there that we had.
The meatballs.
The meatballs.
You got the grandma's meatballs?
Oh my
Okay.
god,
You know what the
those
best part
were
about those
so
were?
good.
Said Sunday gravy.
Yeah.
It was described as
Yes.
Sunday gravy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other thing that was really good that y'all need to try there is the fresh made soda with the whipped cream on top.
Oh, that was so
Oh.
good. She had the vanilla one.
I had the vanilla seltzer with fresh whipped cream on top. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
I was the whipped cream.
I think you just pulled a half a stiffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ew.
Just saying. So they go to Earth. Now some evil witch comes in and she kills the king and she turns his sister into a dog with but one word. Bitch.
That was awesome.
And now she's a dog.
Mind you, all this was
Wow.
under a flag of truce.
Yeah.
So this was a parlay. No, he's dead. You're a bitch.
Yep. So now they come to Earth and they need to recruit this guy, and now this husband and wife, the new king and his queen, have to tell their kids, well, listen, you're really royalty from a whole other plane of existence, some Middle Earth type shit.
How old are the kids now?
One is respectively like maybe 12 or 13, and the
Yeah.
ot's about
King's
16.
Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of annoying kids, though.
They're kind of annoying.
Most kids are.
And they get attacked by these like harpy things, and they're like, what the fuck was that?
Yes.
Yeah. So it kind of makes life a little easier to explain after you get attacked by giant birds. You know, not something that usually happens.
There's a little plot twist in the end, but
There's a little plot twist, but we're not going to ruin it for you because it's only 3 issues. So go out and read this book and let us know what you think. I highly recommend it because you know how I feel about fantasy books. Speaking of giant birds, and I believe in Final Fantasy they were called rocks. ROCs. Yes. Little fucking.
Yeah, you got me, dude.
Okay. Any Final Fantasy fans out there in Pete's Basement Land? Well, I know you are, Mike. Mike? Who the fuck am I talking to? Matt? I've only had 2 beers, bro. I don't know how that happened. I've just been talking about too many mics today. Let's talk about Dark and Bloody. This was
that
basically...
was last week's book, and that's all.
Yeah. First of all, here's my one problem with this. The dude's name is
Okay.
Iris.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, you have a girl's name. I don't care if you're from Kentucky. I don't know if that shit happens there.
What if your guy named Jamie?
Listen. He has a girl's name.
What about a guy's named
He's a
Dana?
redneck that lives deep in the woods of
Unacceptable.
Kentucky.
I know
You're
somebody
not going to
named
talk
Dana.
trash
Do
to
you?
him.
Dana White,
Marry
the
you
dude
and
from
find the
UFC.
body.
No.
Dana Carvey.
I wouldn't want to fuck up. I wouldn't want to fuck some, like, go up against somebody named Dana that's a UFC. No. Although I think with a name like that, you have to be a UFC guy.
Look at Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain aspects
Our
of
buddy
life.
Mike.
Boy named Sue.
Oh my God, we're so way off topic.
Yes.
I have.
What
Yeah.
about dudes with girls' names? It's part of the book.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah.
You're editing.
Anakin had a girl's name and he became a Sith Lord. Well, that's what happens when you're named Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck motherfuckers up for that.
And he did-
dirty
he
son
did
of a
so-
bitch that named you Sue.
He did so by killing little kids.
He did. So this kid is named Iris, and his first act is he kills a bunch of puppies.
His
His dad sends him with a sack of puppies out to the lake to kill them because their dog, their like fucking hunting dog, got knocked up by a coyote. So now you got half dog, half coyotes, and he's like
Those are
hearing
so
his.
cool. I would like.
I know,
those.
right?
Wow.
It's like a wolfhound or something.
Yeah.
The
Fuck, yo.
father thinks that's too wild.
Too wild, too many mouths to feed. Just don't look in the sack, son. It'll make it easier. Don't look in the sack. And he fucking throws the thing into the lake. So then he joins the army. And, whatever. Kills some people.
PTSD.
Yeah. So now he's back home. He has a family. He's got one kid. He's got another one on the way. He's living in Kentucky, fucking making moonshine. And he sells the moonshine to his two buddies. They have a drink, and then the two buddies drive off, and they get attacked by something. Some sort of giant bird thing that they crash the car, and then the bird probably takes them off and eats them.
Something.
Okay.
That's all that happens.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's Vertigo, so you kind of give it the benefit of the doubt.
That it's probably going to be fucking crazy and good, but it looks like a pedophile snuff film.
Don't look in the sack. That's wrong.
It was a very slow start. I'm still going to get part 2.
Yeah.
But I'm not recommending it yet.
You mean
Like, I want to see where the fuck this is going. Because I'm interested enough to say, what the hell is this? But I'm feeling a bit slighted because I think it's purposely moving slow to just kind of, like, drag you in and drag it on. That's how it feels. You know, so I'm like, all right, whatever. I have no love for any of the characters either. Like, King's Road, I liked the people immediately. I liked everybody in it.
Yeah.
The Man-at-Arms type of fucking dude and shit.
Totally.
Yeah,
He-Man right up Pete's alley.
completely.
There was no half stiffy. That was a full-on stiffy.
Our last book of the day, unfortunately, we end on, a slight down note, was Image's Snowfall from this week. It's weird.
It's another apocalyptic world where, hey, the corporations take over.
But it's also climate change and shit, and, we know we fucked up the Earth.
It's kind of preachy.
It is a bit preachy.
It sounds way too
Yeah.
preachy.
Yeah.
It doesn't snow anymore.
It doesn't snow anymore because of climate change, and all the corporations took over.
And somehow they tried to adjust climate change to control it.
So wait,
and then failed miserably at that and fucked shit up even worse.
So it's the core.
And water's hard to find.
I wish it was the core. I
and
love the
people
core.
are in settlement camps around the country.
So-
And some dude named the White Wizard has figured out a way to make it snow.
Sound like a clan
Wait,
member.
what?
Yes, the White Wizard.
So wait, hold on. How do you go from having this like super kind of like science-y and then
Presumably he's a scientist of some kind, but the White Wizard is like, because it's pretty far into the future, and he's like a bedtime story told to kids to scare them.
It's been around in 10 years.
Meanwhile, somehow he's a legend?
Yeah.
Like he's a myth?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Who said lame? I missed who it was, but yeah, you're absolutely fucking right.
it sounds really bad.
I won't recommend this one at
See,
all.
this is what I talk about though. The problem with indie. For every King's Road, you get a snow, whatever the fuck it's called.
Snowfall.
Yeah.
Maldidenum Wizard. Maldidenum. Did I say that right? Maldidenum?
You didn't say it right earlier. I don't think you said it right now. What was attached?
I did. I just said it right now.
Craddock, you need to come on the show
Just
and
right now.
You said it right?
Just a moment ago.
vocabulary
Yeah,
right
most
now.
of
You
us.
sure?
Now.
Okay,
Yeah.
now. What
Yes.
is the future of then?
Soon.
Will Rick Moranis come out of retirement, please?
He needs to.
For what?
For Spaceballs 2.
That's really going on.
Yeah.
Molybdenum. Num. Molybdenum num. Molybdenum num.
Give this man a couple shots of whiskey, and I would love to hear what he comes out with. I would love to hear that.
Edumacate Pete from Major Reaction. I read that as Major Erection.
Oh, God.
The show's
Have some more beer, Pete.
Shit, man.
Did we mention everything?
We actually did. I just want to add that I'm loving Lucifer right now.
The
Oh,
TV
you
show.
didn't mention Kurt.
We mentioned Kurt like months ago.
Yeah, but now it's fucking confirmed.
But wasn't it confirmed months ago too?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Ah, so we were right on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Thanks to
confirmed.
the Shadow.
He is in the fucking movie.
And he's playing
he is-
Star-Lord's dad.
Thank you.
But we don't know
playing
who
War.
he is yet.
Warlock.
It's not Warlock. It's not Warlock.
Kurt Russell is confirmed.
I think it's cool. I think he would fit right into that.
I think
the tone.
he's great. And he's the perfect guy to play a jackass.
Yeah. He's done it many a times.
Yes, he has. Look at Tango and Cash.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most fantastic movies. Craddock, I don't believe he's Captain Marvel. James Gunn shot that down a while back, and one thing I can honestly say about Gunn is he's never lied to the people. If you get it, he'll tell you got it. Al Pacino working with Marvel from Major Reaction. Yes, we have heard that. With any luck, he'll be Mephisto.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That would be good.
I'll wait and see.
I think he's going to be the dude from the Eternals.
Do you think that they'll actually bring Mephisto into the Infinity War?
No, I think he'll just have like a little guest appearance or something.
I mean,
go with something that's
Infinity War's packed as it is. It's definitely.
I know.
It has to be two-part.
Molybdenum.
Actually, I'm gonna. I didn't see who wrote it, but what would the mixtape be that Kurt Russell would give Star-Lord?
Especially if he's alien.
Yeah.
Molybdenum.
Well, think about it. You come all the way from the stars, and you hear all this awesome music, right? You're gonna be sitting there. You'll be fucking sitting there with the headphones on, listening to all this great stuff. And now you got to give it to your child.
But he already got that. He needs a mixtape now from Dad.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Think about Dad's. What would Dad hear?
I got it. Molybdenum.
Journey and Rush.
Journey and Rush.
Don't stop believing.
Hold on to that feeling.
Oh my God, we're done.
We are done.
We're done.
Street lights.
And you have now 2 Italian guineas from Brooklyn.
That's the name of the band, bro. 2 Italian guineas from Brooklyn.
There we go.
We got it.
City.
Actually, that's not my
Journey.
favorite Journey song. My favorite Journey song is Separate Ways. It's a fucking classic.
Come on, that video is amazing.
It is so good. Like, when you sit there and really watch, like, 80s videos, like, have you ever really watched Whitesnake's fucking...
Oh, it's great.
Oh, man.
Tony Catan was fucking
Every last
writhing
part
around.
of that, just... You have no idea, do you?
No, I do. It just isn't comic talk.
No, it's
Who cares? We're done now. Guys, I'm out of beer, so I can't even fucking toast yous. But thanks for tuning in, as always. Big shout out to Nick and Mike. Thank you for sending us your books. You guys... Oh, that's right. We do have a couple of other things to say. First of all...
What's the contest?
You want to win this one? Right. What is the contest? Look for the post on Instagram. All you got to do is share the post for an entry to win. And for 5 chances to win, send your answers to questions@petesbasement.com and title it Whitecell. What word, as speaking as a nerd, as a geek, as a comic book fan, what name do I hate being called?
Oh, okay. You've done that before, but alright.
Yeah. I did say this at some point. It was revealed in many episodes. And if you go back to the Scroll episode, there's a little bit of an acting sequence between myself and Steve.
Keith.
Keith. First of all, Keith was a cool name. He was the leader of the Voltron Force, so I'm cool with Keith.
Also tattoos by Keith.
Also tattoos by Keith.
Yeah.
You remember the episode where he got sliced by the guy from...
Yeah, from
that
Lotor, by Lotor.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Have you ever watched the Japanese Voltron?
I heard it so
Off
much
topic
more
again.
Fucking insane.
Off topic.
Just focus.
Still cartoons, man.
Focus.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Ooh, squirrel. Ooh, shiny red ball. What name as a nerd do I hate being called? Send your answer to questions@petesbasement.com. Title it Whitecell. This contest will rage for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, what's the date on that? Whatever the fuck 2 weeks from now is. And you've got 1 more week to enter the Crawl to Me contest. You can win a copy of the hardcover Evil Edgar edition of Crawl to Me, signed by our good buddy Alan Robert. That was a burp that I internalized. You're fucking welcome. Signed by our good buddy Alan Robert. All you got to do is share the post on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. for 1 entry. And if you want 5 entries into the contest, all you got to do is answer the trivia question: who was Alan Roberts' cartooning teacher at the School of Visual Arts?
Walt Disney.
Yes, Walt Disney's head, as a matter of fact. And I guess I'll take the time, since Rich brought them here, to show off Rich's Spider-Man number 17. You want? Oops.
10 more left.
You want to have 10 away from
10
completing
away.
your amazing Spider-Man collection?
Oh, yeah.
Very good, sir. High five.
Yeah.
And all of the hard ones done. The last hard one I need to get is 16. That's it.
That's a good cover, though. That's a nice one. It's probably going to run you a little bit.
About 150, 200, somewhere
Not
between.
so bad.
No.
Guys, thanks for tuning in as always. Thanks for sticking with us. I think it's been a 2 and change program.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
We out.
I would do the hand thing, but I don't know how to.
That's okay.
So
Pete's Basement is copyright 2015, Ripped Productions and Pete's Basement LLC. All rights reserved, so go fuck yourself.
Oh man,
Oh.
the shadow heard me burp on 500-watt speakers.
Oh, nice.
Are you watching us in high definition, sir?
Was that like a...
All right, let's try that again. Don't interrupt. It's only a minute long. What?
It's only a minute long.
Listen,
right.
I'm not suffering. Those aren't tears on her belly.
Are they happy tissues?
Or sad
Or
tissues.
sad tissues?
I'm happy.
She's sad.
Listen, I have satisfied women the world over, or at the very least, the state over. I know I'm good. It's not my fault if her cunt's broken.
I'm sorry.
I got nothing.
All right,
Love it.
let's
Love
clap it in. We can get started. I'm gonna eat a bunch of chili and some chimichangas, and then I'm coming over. Is Batman the only superhero who doesn't have powers? No, not at all.
Green
There are
Arrow.
plenty. Punisher.
All right, man.
You burp all the time, not you, him.
I've been burping a lot today. That's just
Do you see how quickly he was to correct that? He's like, no, you don't burp all the time. I said, I do burp. That's so it's okay. You can admit it.
Yes, but you don't burp as much as he does.
Well, not like that. Not
I don't burp as much as I do here outside of this place.
We bring out the best in him. I think Pete dyed his hair gray. He could play Cable. Nice. I'll do it. I got it.
You got it.
Excuse me, Skinny. And don't forget all the rest of you guys out there, the 270. We love you, motherfuckers. And we got.